I'm not Chrissy Drip Drop anymore.
You're Chrissy 5 drinks in.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Tommy Segways. Chrissy down the middles. I'm Chrissy Grayson. Chrissy Bitch Hips. Chrissy Pilots. I'm 0 for 9. If I go 0 for 10, great, dude. I'm Chrissy Strikeouts. It doesn't matter.
Welcome to your mom's house.
You know, people say to me, they say, Christine, your website is fantastic. Did you build that yourself? And I say, of course I did, silly goose. I used Squarespace. I have used Squarespace for years. Why? I like their templates. They're clean, concise, fantastic for mobile. Most people are going to look at your website on their phone, and it has the perfect layouts. They're just fantastic. Their customer service is unbeatable. There's never any plugins. You know, you ever go to your website and they're like, you need to do a plugin. You're like, what's a plugin? I have no idea. Customer service is fantastic. Free and secure hosting, built-in search engine optimization, and analytics that help you grow in real time. And you can customize the look, feel, the settings of products with just a few clicks. Super easy. So what you're going to do, try it out. Go to squarespace.com/mom for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code MOM to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace.
This episode of Your Mom's House is brought to you by Saatva. Go to Saatva, SAATVA.com/the-shit to start with $225 off any purchase of your choice. They have it all, and we've had it all. We've had we've had a Saatva luxury firm mattress. We've had a memory foam lumen leaf mattress, and now we have the all-new Solaire mattress, which is so comfortable, and it vibrates you to sleep if you want it to. You can set a zero gravity setting, so you feel like you're floating in space. You can have it sit up when you watch TV, or you want to take a bite of something in bed, you know, having just one of those days, or it leans all the way back down for you. It's fantastic. I love this thing. You should treat yourself right and get one too. Amazing customer service, mattress takeaway service. They do it all. Saatva, SAATVA.com/the-shit for $225 off the mattress of your choice. Welcome to the greatest podcast you could ever find anywhere on the interwebs. It's Your Mom's House. I'm Tom. She's Christina. We have
Christine.
Christine. I'm Todd. We have a great show planned for you.
Hey, y'all. We do have a great show, y'all, today. And you know what they say. Great shows when rubbing your armpits together and they stink. That's what they say.
Sounds like that old Texas saying. We were down in Texas, you know, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Well, you know what they say. Texas is good for two things, queers and steers. And I don't see no horns coming out of your head.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was great. I had a lot of barbecue. I love me some barbecue.
Yeah, it was really good food. Really nice people.
Really
it was fun.
Nice. But we're going to have to start saying y'all now, which is going to be difficult.
If we go there again.
There's so many other places to live.
Y'all, you know where I want to check out, y'all?
Where, y'all? Where?
Wyoming.
I like Wyoming, too.
Big open land. Just be up there with Kanye and friends.
Is that where he goes? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's got a big old ranch up there. Goes up there when he's having an episode.
A breakdown?
Yeah.
Sounds perfect.
And then other people come visit him and tell him he's fine. He's not.
You know what I really liked about Austin, though, is they're not hysteria about COVID. I like that they're like, I don't wear no fucking mask. And then we're shaking hands. And I was like, whoa, dude.
Handshakes out of the gate. They basically are, they're like they go like, are you stupid or, you know, okay, like that. And they shake your hand. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You're not a queer, is you?
They have the masks. They all have like masks like on their chin. They're like, do you want me to do it? I will if you want me to, but I don't want to do it. And you're like, okay.
They were like, it was
like,
always
I guess don't do it. And they're like, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it was always a dance. And there was one particularly.
And we got COVID tested.
Yeah, negs.
When we got back. Yeah.
Super neg.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sounded like a different word. Didn't mean that to sound that way. But that swab was aggressive. Let me tell you, that guy swabbed my mind.
Yeah.
He was like,
I know. You got.
It was terrible. but
Yeah.
we're negative, so
Super negative and
HIV negative.
Yeah.
There was one guy we were talking to in Momston.
And if I'm negative, you're negative because
We were fuck partners.
that's right.
There was one guy who was so close to us, who was talking, and he was larger, heavier gentleman, and he was sweating,
Oh my God.
profusely sweating,
He was profusely
and
sweating.
talking at us, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, bro!
Yeah.
You need to slow your roll, homie."
He was so fired up.
So fired up.
Yeah. And he was so worked up that he was like, he was working himself out of breath, and then he was making me anxious.
Yeah.
Because of how he was just like, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, calm down. He couldn't slow it down.
He was just super pumped to
He
see
was
you. I
excited.
think he was a fan.
He was excited. I know. He was nice. Very nice guy. A lot of nice people there.
Well, lots of nice people, Tom.
Well,
You know what they say.
you know what they say. If you fuck your dad on a Friday, you're going to have a hell of a weekend. Welcome to Texas, y'all. So,
If your pussy stinks, you put a
whoa.
hammer inside of your coot. I don't know.
All right.
I can't think of anything. Tom.
There's
tight.
so much to do. We have great
Well-
clips. We have a great guest. We have great songs.
Oh,
we have
my-
great emails.
So many exciting.
It's going to be a banger. And real quick to mention, unbelievable feedback. And I'm so happy specifically that so many people were blown away, as they should be, at how funny Ian Bagg is.
Oh my life.
Because we've known it for years. You've heard us talk. If you listen to this show a long time, there's nobody like him. And I got so many messages of people being like, "This guy is so fucking funny."
He really is.
He really is. Go stream the albums. Go watch the specials, and when you can, go get a ticket because it's really something to see him live.
He's a
really
joy.
funny.
He's such a breath of fresh air. I
Yeah.
really enjoy having him on. We got to have him back soon.
I know. So funny. Go to merchmethod.com/Tom Segura. There's a new Thick Boy Nation hoodie. There's a new YMH zip up hoodie. And there is a new jean hoodie. 2 new jean hoodies.
Oh, jeans.
All new for hoodie season, which is here now. All right. Opening the show. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's do
I'm
it.
ready to go.
So I just seen this girl's ass in the other aisle, about 4 aisles over. Now she had a big ass, but it wasn't the good big ass. See, there's several different variations of having a big ass. There's a good big ass, there is an okay big ass, and there is a bad big ass.
This shit is big time.
Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother
Can't
to
wait
this.
for the breakdown.
Yo, mom in the fucking stand.
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura. And
Christina Pajitsin.
welcome to your mom's house.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this seems like a pretty cool guy.
He does seem like a official cool guy. Here's the deal, man, though, is that because I don't really have a great ass, I don't really look at asses on other people. I've kind of just like written myself out of the ass
Babe,
game.
you have a great ass.
I don't. It's a shelf. It's not an ass. I've got tits. The Lord blessed me with tits, but no ass, and that's fine. I'm fine with it. But do you
You know what? I think he'll be the judge.
No,
Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
Don't you dare inject yourself into
right.
this conversation.
You're
You don't know
right.
anything. This guy knows everything. And this is my favorite thing about a cool guy, okay? Is not just having this information floating around in your head, but making a video and sharing it with the world.
That's important.
That's the important thing,
Yeah.
you know?
A bad big ass will be something where an ass is the shape of SpongeBob SquarePants. It's kind of just like a big square. It just looks sloppy. It looks messy.
That's
it's
me.
like the small dick of having a big ass.
The small dick of having a big ass. Never have there been truer words spoken. This guy's phenomenal.
I'm going to put it like this. Her big, weird, square pants ass over there, I'm not into it. I'm sure it was real. It was just kind of sloppy. It's the kind of big ass that when you come home from working a hard day's work, 12 hours, 14 hours, breaking your back, you come home and you look at your girlfriend or your wife's ass, you're just like, no.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, I would rather have a woman with no ass than a big fake ass. If you have naturally wide hips, if you're naturally thick and you go to the doctor and you get a fake ass and it matches your body, it's all well into the good. But there's a lot of women on social media platforms who do all kinds of stuff and modeling, and they got these disgusting fake asses, and it's really just, it's getting to the point now where I want to vomit. My fake ass that I hate the worst, I hate when chicks that have absolutely no muscle tone in their thighs or their legs, they get these big fake asses and yet their legs don't match.
Isn't there anything
just
worse
looks like
than that?
two big kickballs with sticks for legs. It's really disgusting. I'm actually getting really tired of it. So.
Yeah.
Very tired of it. Yeah.
If you'll excuse me, I gotta go now.
Oh, thank you.
Now there's a cool guy.
This guy, first of all, thank you for making this, sir.
Thank you,
this
sir.
is a great explanation, and he makes a lot of good points. I'm glad that he took the time out of his day to update us on these asses.
Well, and you know, what's really great about this cool guy is that he was so moved by his own thoughts.
I mean,
He
he's
had to
shopping. He's in the shoe aisle.
That's what I
right
mean.
now.
He
Yeah.
had to stop at Target or Walmart.
He's like, I got to talk to you about these fake asses I'm looking at. Right now, there's a lady 2 aisles over who's just living her life, but she makes me want to puke. I just felt the need. I'm compelled to tell you guys about it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Cool guy.
Hey, you're a pretty cool guy.
How soon into dating him do you realize what a cool guy he is?
Pretty soon.
You think it's like it's on the approach?
Here's the thing. Now, he's a high level cool guy where like he's the kind of guy where you could think that he's not that cool, and then you would find out. He would show his colors, and
Right.
you'd be like, oh, but I don't think it would be that deep. But I mean, like if there's a spokesman that they're looking for to represent the cool guys,
He's the guy.
Oh yeah, he could definitely.
Well, because he's pretty well put together in
is well
terms
put
of most of the
together.
cool guys we encounter.
And
probably
he's way more articulate. His vocabulary
Way
is
more
off. That's what I'm saying.
articulate.
Like, we're talking about a press secretary for the cool guys. I think we found him. I think that they're like, who can stand
Well-
up for us? And he's like, I got you guys.
Well, Tom, it's funny you mentioned this because Matt S. Has submitted this, and I think it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
He's an attorney, and as a licensed attorney in the state of Florida, likely home of many cool Guy Club members, I've taken it upon myself to draft on a pro bono basis the attached YMH Cool Guy application form 2395.
Oh my God, here it is. This is unbelievable.
He writes, I believe
this is
you
a
will
real
find
document.
it covers all the key elements of a proper cool guy. This is amazing. You
Look
guys
at
are
this.
going to love this.
Oh my God.
Department of FGT RTD.
2395 form, cool guy application.
Are they a meth user, homeless, black guy who likes to fuck, TikTok account holder, a fucking Jew, retired double agent?
Oh my God. I didn't know that.
If you've checked retired double agent, enter the number of baby rapers you've stamped.
Oh my God.
Look at this too. You put your name, your last name, your parole officer's first and last name. Your self-assigned nickname and or title. If homeless, check applicable sleeping location. Your babies, wherever you get free food.
Oh my God.
And here's applicant's personal information. We're looking at teeth color, number of teeth missing, direction of right eye, direction of left eye, intensity of stare, number of strokes to climax, last item placed in ass, last location of public urination, last location of public sex act.
That's good.
And then there's a yes and no boxes. Here we go. Ceiling fans, yes or no.
Okay.
Unflattering camera angle, yes or no.
Yes.
Applicant is nude.
Yes.
Someone else's nude.
Yes.
Shit lighting.
Check.
Inserting items into bodily orifices. Violent/sexual theme.
That's good.
Use of the N-word.
Very, very good. Yep. That's what you need.
Poly people/NRE friendly. Oh, and this is great too. Catchphrase. And then women should.
You just finish the sentence. Women should. Shut the fuck up. Clean unprompted. That is awesome.
Have
Who made
yummy
this?
pussies.
This is so
Matt
amazing.
S., an actual attorney in the
Okay.
state of Florida.
And
Thank
this is
you.
why you go to law school.
Yeah.
This is exactly why. This is brilliant, sir.
My favorite is direction.
Which way do your eyes go?
Last public urination.
It's amazing.
And it really looks like a government form. The way
Can we
he's
put
done
this
it.
on the site somewhere so people can download and
fill it out?
It's pretty amazing. Jesus Christ. Really great.
I mean,
Really
that must
great.
have taken at least 2 billable hours to put together. This guy lost money doing this shit.
And
Thank
we salute
Matt.
you, Matt. That's
Oh,
really fantastic.
God
Thank
bless you, Matt.
Oh, you got another one?
Yeah, there's a lot of mommy
Yeah.
mail redos. Let's bring up, remember the infamous Shart video from last week? Okay, so regarding
Here
the
it is
video,
to
let's refresh
your memory.
everybody's.
Futu-ți Dumnezeu, mă, Diman, căcă pe mine.
Okay. Regarding the video, I can confirm to you that he's speaking Romanian.
Oh wow!
Now I thought Ukrainian.
Oh,
judging by
gypsy.
judging by the accent, he's very likely from Transylvania.
Roja Tsigan.
You get a Roja Tsigan.
Gitano de mierda.
Okay. Word by word, he's saying, "Oh, fuck your mother's God. I have shat myself." That sounds 100% like my tribe, being my neighboring tribe.
Yeah.
Fuck your mother's God being a very popular phrase around these parts. That basically means for fuck's sake. I feel very honored for our people to appear on your highly esteemed show. And we Romanians send you all the best and hope your country doesn't burn down to the ground, because that would mean that the Russians will probably fuck us up. Fuck us in the ass in the future. You got it, Claudio. Thank you so much for submitting this very important piece
very
of news.
important.
Okay.
Do you want to see? So you remember the really cool guy with the the Obama flag thing in the Denver airport?
I've been thinking about him a lot.
I mean, he's
Denver airport.
He's out of control, this guy, right? I mean,
Fallacies.
Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. This program is a continuation of my series on the Denver International Airport.
This guy is unbelievable.
International.
Right?
And below Obama's logo, we have 2 stripes and 3 stripes, which look much more like streaks of blood. Now,
this guy's unbelievable. I mean, the fact that, and so what I didn't realize,
man,
we've seen him before. He made a really cool 2016 election song, which the cool thing is you can repurpose it because there's a new election coming up. And just a reminder, here's that song.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. He made this.
vote for the Donald. Trump is the man. Let's put our nation into his hands. Mike Pence and Donald make a great team. They'll make our nation the greatest it's been.
Excellent. I mean, it's a great song.
Team and Bean. That's
yeah.
a slant run.
It's cool to know that he's on that side, the right side. If I was like, this is who likes the same guy as me, cool. He's got it together. So, well, what's fantastic is he was doing a live stream. And some of the mommies got in there. No! So we got him to say some YMH references. Oh. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's see. To the revolution, digital market, income, Fed smoker. Let's see. I pray our dear leader picks the honorable RPC to replace RBG.
Let's see, RPC. I'm not sure how RPC.
It's Robert Paul Champagne.
I read the names over yesterday.
To replace.
Ones that were appointed, but I
Ruth Bader.
forgot now what their initials all were.
Yeah. So he was told that Robert Paul Champagne should replace Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yes. Which would be an amazing thing to see RPC on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Hearing arguments and writing his opinions.
I'm thinking that maybe
I think guy, if you want to have sex in the streets, it should be fine.
You should be able to masturbate wherever you want to masturbate.
So funny that they actually got him to say it.
Fed smoker.
It's amazing. Look at his shrine behind him. Boy, oh boy, he is really into the Lord.
It's an encouraging sign of sanity. Yeah. Yeah.
It's got an altar.
It's pretty
Holy
great.
boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, that is normal, huh?
You want to read another one? You have another one?
Yeah, people were really upset about RBG's death. My goodness.
Yeah.
People were really crying on Instagram. Oh, this is interesting. What up, Chomos? I was watching episode 570. Christina, you turned down the heat and turned up the AC and then put a hoodie and sweatpants on and got into bed thinking you were going to cuddle with your husband. If Tom runs hot, you don't need to bundle up. Get naked and use your cold body to cool him off while he warms you up. And while you're at it, eat his ass. Do your wifely duty and make him come harder than RPC. Quit being a scared little bitch and take some pride in satisfying your husband. Please realize it's not about you. It's about making him come so hard. Okay, I'm going to throw up. The point being, Stuart, thank you, is he's...
Stuart.
Stuart, I appreciate your logic.
Let's get this guy a free T-shirt, okay? All right.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
You want me to do that?
Well... But I understand what he's saying is that it's silly because I forced you to cuddle with me 2 days ago. Your body was so on fire.
You keep
really
saying it.
Are a meteor.
But you're pointing it out like every night now. You'll come over, you put your hand on me, and you're like, Jesus Christ, you're so hot.
Right, and I take Stuart's advice here because I am being stupid. If I'm wearing clothing, that is not a good idea.
Because you're a woman.
A
That's
fucking
why you're being stupid
woman.
right now.
Yeah, and I should clean up unprompted. But that makes a lot of sense, Stuart.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that into consideration.
Thank you.
Into consideration.
And by the way, that's kind of one of those things where, we could probably get the cool cuddles going, and then maybe sexy times come, and then we both are like, hey, that was real nice. We laid naked in bed, and I'll warm you up, and you'll cool me down. We'll be affectionate.
Yeah, but here's the deal, man, is
What?
that I give you, we do affection, and then you're immediately like, well, let's fuck now. Like,
Yeah, I'm a guy.
I'm warmed up.
Right. You married a guy.
Right.
You want to fucking, scissor with some chick who's like, let's read a book, then marry a chick. I'm a guy.
Is affection too much to ask?
I'm a man.
I know you're a man.
I'm a man.
Can you cuddle for a minute and then we fuck? Give me 5 minutes of cuddling at least. Because
Women are stupid.
When you're done, then you bagak and then you're like off to get the sandwich downstairs and then there I am.
Right. I am a human male. Okay.
Well, let's talk about it, human male. The other day when we were in the Momston hotel we were staying at, you walked down the hallway. We finished this great dinner where we gorged ourselves like animals. You walked in front of me and you go, oh, I got a fart. And then I walked in the wake of your fart. And I'm like, you don't even respect me as a woman anymore. Like you are purposely now farting. And then I walk into the fart cloud. You used to have some kind of respect for me. So maybe if you treated me more like a lady, I would, you know what I'm saying? With the cuddle.
You would be required to make daddy come.
And I want to give a plug. I think that the restaurant that made me fart was called Red Ash. It was so good.
It was so amazing. The
God
bread
damn it.
alone. Jesus Christ. Fuck the point that
so
night.
Good.
I ate to the point of it hurting my stomach. I filled it up with so much food.
Oh my God.
Okay, here's another one. This is in the drops folder, Segura, so ready yourself. Hey, Jeans, I was moved by Tom's beautiful transition story from Tom to Tammy. As a fellow bearded guy and tennis player, I can relate to the story and don't feel my mediocre tennis talent is celebrated enough because I'm a man.
Yep.
That being said, I have another rare talent, and that is transforming Tom to Tammy by the magic of drawing. This is Beat Me Lean fan from Denmark. Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
This is, you know what I love is
I'm telling you, I could fuck up some amateur women's tennis players. I've been playing a lot.
He mastered your thighs and your little hiney there, and your fart. I guess you're farting your skirt up.
I think I'm just moving.
No, looks like a fart wind. And then your pony is ridiculous. Your ponytail. It's so good.
Yeah. Perfect. This is what I want to do. And I think I should be accepted by the tennis community as one of the upcoming rising stars in female women's tennis. I think I'm immediately on the tour.
Immediately. Well, here's the deal, is that in today's culture, they can't refuse you. If you're like, I identify, I am a woman, here I am, guys.
I was playing Sunday.
They got to take you.
And there was a guy who's one of like the really good players that I see regularly at the courts playing with a woman, and she was unbelievable. She was destroying. I mean, she was legit like 5'0", maybe, I don't know, higher than that, but she was really good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of superior female tennis players. We're not saying that. But I'm saying that we put you on the women's team and you could destroy the bottom players.
Really, really, really demoralizing.
And get all kind of sponsorships. Yeah. I think it would be really fun. I think you should ruin your life and try this.
I think you hate me.
I don't hate you. I love you.
Well, for you to say that to ruin my life.
I'm your biggest fan. I'm happy for you two, I must say, because foosball is back. As much as I hate it when you watch the football game, I was really happy that you were watching the game and enjoying yourself, and you and your dad call each other and you guys talk about the stupid game. And
it's cool.
It's nice. It's really nice to see you enjoy that, and I think it's good for morale for this country.
Yeah, I think it's might be ending soon.
Oh.
With the news of, I don't know, Titans last week have players and personnel. Who knows how this is going to go? Because if people start testing positive, and that's the thing about football is the teams are so big.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like in the NBA playoffs, they had them all move and live in a bubble, right?
Geez.
So you they really control the bubble. In the NFL, you have 53 roster players. You have a practice squad with another, I don't know, 20 some players or something. Personnel wise, there's 100 personnel on each team. It's so many people just on one team, and there's 32 teams, and like each of these people have friends, family, staff like associated with their lives.
Yeah.
I don't know, it could go sideways.
Well,
but
I
it
hope
was really
doesn't.
fun to watch some games.
It was fun to watch you watch the games because I know how much joy it brings you
Yeah.
and your dad and stuff.
But
But
we talk, he's like, "Do you see that guy?
yeah, he calls you
What a
up.
catch! He really caught that ball. Shit."
Yeah. And I hear your conversations on speakerphone. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the dumbest conversation.
Look how dumb this guy is. Missed this block. Shit. Your mother could have blocked that guy.
And then your dad loves to make fun of my ignorance of the game as well as your mom's ignorance.
Ask her.
Ask Christina.
Ask her what happens on a safety.
I'm like, I don't know.
She doesn't know. He's like, of course. Dumb broad.
Dumb broad. When's the last time you got rewarded for brushing your teeth? With Quip's new smart electric toothbrush, good habits can earn you great perks like free products, gift cards, and more. You've probably heard us talk about Quip a million times, but this is something brand new that rewards you and your mouth. The Quip Smart Brush connects to the Quip app with Bluetooth, and you can track how well you brush. You get tips and coaching to improve your habits. You earn points for daily brushing and bonus points for completing challenges, like you get into a good toothbrushing streak. You can redeem this stuff for rewards. Come on now, free products. It's pretty cool. And also, we love the children's toothbrush. You know, when the kids watch us use our Quips, they want to use them, right? Juju and
They want to use everything we
Ellis
use.
grab them right out of my hand. So now there's a kiddo one, which is, got the size down features. Small brush head for small mouths. It is awesome. So start getting rewards for brushing your teeth today and go to getquip.com/mom right now to get your first refill free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/mom, spelled GETQUIP.com/mom. Quip, better oral health made simple and rewarding.
We all know 2020 is a little nuts, but that doesn't mean you should disregard your nuts, no matter what size or shape they are. In fact, Manscaped is on a mission to take care of your manhood with their below-the-waist grooming and hygiene products. And great news, they just released their products in the UK, Canada, and Australia. Rejoice. You can have nice-smelling, trimmed balls, bollocks, and whatever else you call it in those countries. It's always a challenge to keep your nuts fresh, trim, smooth, and Manscaped does it all. They just released the Crop Care Kit, which is a formulation bundle to give you A-plus balls, and is the ultimate male hygiene hack. They do great products, great technology. The Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer offers a replaceable ceramic blade with advanced skin-safe technology, so you don't have a pool of blood underneath you every time you trim your balls. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/mom. Add some swag to your saggy bag. You want to see a funny video?
Well, I was just going to get into
this
subject.
Yeah, sorry.
So you were watching, what was the team? The Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, they were playing the Saints, and it was a phenomenal game. And then you were like, oh, dude, could you do a poll and ask people if they actually usually call the Packers the Fudge Packers and the 49ers the 69ers? And then...
Well, because I think that in secret, everybody secretly at home, when you see the Packers, the Green Bay Packers, immediately I assume everybody goes, oh yeah, the Fudge Packers.
Yeah.
Or the 49ers, oh, it's the 69ers.
Yeah.
That to me is where my brain would normally...
I put that poll out there. Over 20,000 people voted.
Very important topic.
Yeah. And look, was that 55%? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Say... Yeah, of course.
Of course.
They call the 49ers the 69ers and the Green Bay Packers the Fudge Packers. But 44% said, no, I'm lame.
What's going on with you people? Yeah. I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer, right? When you hear those words, you want to make them juvenile.
Yeah.
Well, this got us going, and I think we should really start pushing for the laws to change.
Well, we need to get people to reach out to the... organizations that are running the presidential debates and see if we can get one of the two candidates to commit. Will you force the NFL to change the name of the Green Bay Packers to the Fudge Packers and the San Francisco 49ers to the 69ers? We need to bombard the candidates, Team Trump and Team Biden, and say, what side of history do you want to be on? You changed the Washington Redskins to the team from Washington.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's offensive. I agree. It was the right move. When are we going to, embrace the 69ers? San Francisco, it's just all gays. And then the Packers, everyone knows that they're Fudge Packers.
Well, I think the point is that it should be more inclusive. I mean,
that's right.
The Packers, what does that even mean? But I know what a Fudge Packer is, and let's make that section of
Look, you're 100% right.
Good.
Anybody disagrees is a fucking idiot. So hopefully we'll get a lot of people involved with this new movement.
Change.org.
Change.org. We need to get the petition signed, and if we get enough signatures, that could end up on someone's desk that could actually do something about it.
How much fun would it be? In today's world, there's so much shit going on that if we actually got people to sign petitions to call it the 69.
We need to get it signed, and then on the just have a press conference where they're asking Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, do you think they should change the 49ers to the 69ers? He's like, what? Do you think the Fudge Packers should be the name of the Green Bay Packers? He's like, I don't know nothing about that, but I'll look into it. Why are you asking me this? Hey, look at this screen right here. This is pretty funny.
Oh!
Right into the back. Look at this guy. Look, where's my phone? Oh, there it is. Got my phone. Just going to hop off. And the driver's just like, la, la, la. Keeps driving away.
Damn.
That's what's happening overseas. And if you let the Dems take... All right, so...
The communist countries. That is wild. That guy acted like nothing happened.
That was crazy.
Jeez.
He flipped right into the bed. Homeboy went down. Didn't even scream. There's audio in this. And there's like...
He's just so chill. What Asian country is this happening in?
Oh, his face went into the bed, the back of that. He hit it with his whole face.
Here's
got
my
your
phone. That's crazy. And is he barefoot?
La, la, la,
He's
la.
got fucking flip-flops on, too.
Dude, did you see the one?
Holy
I don't think
shit.
I sent it to you on Instagram. I could probably text this to you. and you can put it on the screen. This is insane. This guy, yep, here it is. Here, I'm going to send this to you. This is so crazy. Should I email it to you? Yeah. This is these guys are in Mexico. I don't even want to like describe it because it's just better. It's just better to bring it up. This video. It's so crazy that I'm not going to describe it. I'm just going to wait for you to bring it up. Tell me if you find this or not. I just saw. I was just scrolling, and I think I landed on this, and I could not believe it, but it's really this dude's like behavior as this is happening that stands out almost more than what is being done. Okay, watch. Sound. Yeah, start from the beginning. Turn the sound up and go big screen if you can. Here we go. Watch.
He's like, what happened?
Look at that dude. He's like,
what? Oh my god, dude. He must be loaded, right?
Yeah,
is he
he's
wasted?
completely hammered. Yeah, but he didn't even flinch.
Damn.
He didn't flinch at all.
He's fully
close
talked.
range shot off the top of his head. Look. And then somebody underneath it wrote, "Welcome to Mexico," because that is in Mexico. So if you're listening, a guy's at a backyard party, puts a bottle of liquor on his head, and then from a few feet away, a guy with a pistol shoots it off of his head. I mean, the dude next to him is all of us, right? The guy who's like, "What the fuck?" Oh my god. So
that's the right reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Other guy's like, what happened?
And if
He's
you're
just
like,
fucked up.
You worried about the cops being called here? Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Jesus Christ.
I know. It's so. Look at him. He's like, what?
Yeah,
you do this all the time.
clueless. Let's see. He closes his eyes.
So close.
So he has some indication that something's going to happen. He's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm faded.
Man, we got to do that here.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
We'll just rehearse with Nadav, and then we'll go to the other guys after that.
I think Nadav first and just Nadav.
Nadav first and Nadav last, and just rehearse a bunch with him. Full clip. All right, we got one bottle. 12 more. Here we go.
Are you a good shot?
I'm decent. I'm all right. I've been going to that place. You saw me that video.
Well, that's close
Taryn.
range. You know, that's pretty easy, right? I mean,
yeah, that's pretty easy.
The target's big.
You could
too.
fuck up, and the cool thing is, if you fuck up, you just kill somebody.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Well, what if we got him to sign a release just so that his family doesn't sue us and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. Would you sign that release? Yeah, I think you should.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I'd have to have a lawyer look over it.
That's the right answer. I don't know, but I'm still part of the team. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into it. We'll talk about it.
Just think about it.
We'll talk
a little
about
bit
it.
more.
And by the way, you're going to do it.
Think about it.
Really excited to plug
Yeah.
The Cockroach. Josh Potter has a new podcast. It's called Roach Motel with Josh Potter. This is a long time coming. We've been working on this a long time. The first episode went up a week ago. The second episode is out now. It's going to come out every Tuesday at 6 a.m. Please subscribe and review on iTunes and Stitcher and everywhere you can listen audio-wise. It's on our YouTube channel. We are so happy. I'll also point out, because some people have asked about it, if you're noticing that shows are coming out early in the morning now, 6 a.m., that's on purpose. We were thinking about it, talking about it. It was like, well, these should be available in the morning. So if you're trying to get ready and go to work, or you're driving or whatever, commuting, you can listen in the morning. We had a noon schedule for a long time, but now 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, you will get new episodes released of all shows.
Listen to it on your drive-in.
Yeah, you're driving. You're riding your bike.
Yeah.
You're going for a walk. You're fingering your dad.
Yep.
Doing whatever you want to do. You can listen to a cool song. Oh, and also congratulations. A lot of people told us to take it easy on Ed Asner coming so hard, but I also wanted to congratulate Hen Dog because he was smart enough to put his banger on iTunes. So I posted that song with he has
Which
like the
you've been
artwork
listening to so much.
But then I just saw so many people reposting that like they're listening there. So I think that's really smart. You have a big hit song, make it available everywhere.
Make it available, bros. Put it up on iTunes.
You should do it, man.
I agree. Very nice.
Also, big news for us. Two Bears, One Cave Live is October 15th.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
5 p.m. Pacific. That's 8 Eastern. That's Thursday, October 15th. The tickets are at ymhvirtual.com.
Very exciting.
Same place. For those who are wondering about YMH Live, it does return in November. So we will have another YMH Live in November. If you missed episode 1 or episode 2 of YMH Live, you can go to my site, tomsegura.com, and click on the video rentals tab, and you can watch episode 1 or episode 2 or both. And as we build this live content out and these shows, they will be there available for you to rent if you so choose.
It's exciting. Also, we have Dr. Drew After Dark that Tom and I and Potter guest on.
Yes.
And Where My Mom's At, too. I know a lot of dudes listen to this show, but if you want to get your lady friends on board with the YMH clan, maybe you can get her to listen to Where My Mom's At and segue her into your dark world of your mom's house.
There you go.
A lot of times, bros are like, my lady doesn't like your shit. It's too crazy. Get her onto Where My Mom's At.
That's a good way to get in.
And eventually she'll be with us in no time.
Yeah.
Doing nasty shit over here. So we were watching the foosball game, and then a commercial came on where this guy was mowing his own lawn.
Yeah.
And I turned to you in bed and I go, is that real? Do people really mow their lawns? Because growing up here in LA, right, Nadav, like you're an LA native, you just don't see people mowing their own lawns.
Yeah, LA people don't do that.
Yeah, that's really interesting because I think that's very cultural. All my first 14 years were all Midwest cities.
Yeah.
And suburbs and stuff. And we always mowed our lawn. But the same thing exists here in Florida, which is basically nobody does that there either.
I think it's because
because they're so hot.
It's so hot and it's all year long you have to do it, whereas in the Midwest you have those snowy months and like maybe you're not tending your lawn.
Yeah.
But I
found it like very soothing. Like it's a very satisfying thing.
I bet.
To mow the lawn.
But so the thing is though, is that it looks so hard. It looks like you're pushing that heavy thing because it's so sweaty.
Yeah,
it looks like the most unpleasant shit.
It's not that bad.
In
It's
the
not
world.
like it's not weights. You're not fuck, I can't move this thing. Like it just goes. It goes.
I don't see how though. It's so heavy and horrible. I like
But
the
you
one
don't
that you
lift it
sit
up
on.
as you're mowing it. You just hold and it goes and it just chops up the grass for you.
It still looks like the most horrible thing on
It's
the
hot. I mean,
planet
it's
to do.
work because you're out in the blazing heat, right? I mean, in Florida, it was 100 degrees plus 100% humidity. It was miserable. Like that's real work. But I love when we lived in Milwaukee, in the suburbs of Milwaukee. We went from the push mower to the sitting riding mower.
No, that's bullshit.
That's the shit.
I feel like that's cheating though, because like you're just sitting. Yeah, and he agrees with me. You're just sitting there driving on grass. You're not pushing hard. You're not sweating.
Dude, you could make patterns in the grass.
What did you draw? Like big dicks?
Big dicks, usually. Yeah, my dad would go, "What the fuck is this?" I go, "It's a big dick. Let everybody know who lives here, man."
Oh, great.
No, it's fun, man. It's
Wouldn't that
fun.
be great to pay your gardener to do that for you? Put a big dick and balls on your front lawn.
So do you want a big thing out there in the grass?
I'm like, see?
Yeah.
How fast do you think our neighbors would
want
say
balls to be big too, or smaller balls? How do you want it to? I can make them big if you want, but I think the dick should stand out. They should have the balls a little smaller. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. Thanks, Rafi.
Wouldn't that be rad though? Like, imagine if we bought like this palatial estate, and then you had your gardener groom
always
into dicks and balls.
All the landscaping here is sexual themed. Okay, so when people pull up, they know what's happening. Okay,
and that'd be so fucking funny, dude.
It's going to take extra time to make. You want these bushes to be tits, and over here we have dicks and balls. Yeah.
Yes, and there's a big vag opening.
Hey,
and
Jose, how come there's no nipples on these tits? It takes a lot of practice to make the nipples stand out.
I think your gardening bill's $1,000 a month because of all the time it takes them to
Well,
do
I
it.
could do it a lot faster and save you money, but you always want dicks and tits and everything, so it takes a long time.
Can you make the pubic hair look softer, Rafi?
You have to go buy some special grass and make it look like a pubic hair everywhere. You know, you guys are real sick people, you know. Real perverts. Yeah, thanks.
I would love to see that. What if we bought a house in Texas and we had like a big front lawn?
dick yard?
And it's all
Yeah.
dicks and balls.
I'm sure they'd be real happy
The
to welcome
Seguras
us.
are here.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Y'all.
Y'all got dicks and balls everywhere.
And we could have a fountain, like a dick fountain that spurts jizz
Yeah.
too. That would be fun.
Ugh.
Oh God, that was
Maybe
fun.
just spurt water.
Well,
out
you
of
know
the
what I
fountain.
mean. Like
or
that.
people are filling it up every day for us, coming by and jerking off in our fountain, so we have real jizz. And we're like, hey guys, could you come over and jerk off in our fountain? We want it to seem authentic. So nasty.
Well,
Ugh.
man, that would be super fun.
Yeah.
So
anyways, it's not that bad to mow your lawn.
Yeah, I didn't know that, and it's one of those LA.
But you're right that you get a
things.
big break. 'Cause I remember, you know, and you stop, like, let's say in November or something in the cold states, and you're
maybe
not
that's
doing
why
it November, December, January, February. Like you have like 5 months off. From
Yeah, so that's probably why in the Midwest it's a source of pride. Like, and Adav pointed out, we were talking before, like you don't really own your house here. Most people don't own, so it's like, why would I take care of my rented property? Or I lived in apartments growing up too, so like we didn't have a lawn.
You didn't have a lawn, yeah.
So I guess I was really shocked to see like that commercial. I was like, nah, I don't fucking mow their lawn. What the fucking bullshit is this?
A lot of people mow their lawn.
Lies.
Not here,
Propaganda.
Bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not here, bro.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Well.
Dick
and balls.
So you want to know something funny?
Yeah.
Bertrand, he says a lot of words wrong.
Yeah, I've been noticing
One of them
that.
he says wrong. Here we go. Look.
What do you call it when a person rubs your body?
Massage therapist?
Oh, yeah. Massage.
You say massage?
I say massage.
That's so dumb.
Massage?
Massage.
Your lips purse out.
Massage.
Ew.
Yeah. Isn't that dumb? And you know who else says that?
Yeah.
Another guy says massage.
Massage.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many drinks is Bert drinking right there? There's one.
Massage your little hole.
Well, someone's never watched Two Bears before.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I lived Two Bears. You guys are always doing this shit for the last 15 years
How
together.
dumb is that?
Massage.
Massage.
We need to have a whole soundboard of just him and his dumb words that he says.
Massage your little hole.
Yeah. That's not how you say it. It's massage.
Massage.
Yeah, he says nightmare.
Nightmare.
Benefleck.
He says Benefleck?
Benefleck.
Yeah, silly.
He says all kinds of things completely wrong.
So silly.
Yeah.
Leanne really likes him too.
Yeah.
She loves him.
Yeah.
I'm always like, how do you love him?
You sent this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I saw the.
Why do I treat everybody like shit? And why have I been so fucking successful over these 25 years? Because it fucking works. And the reason you're here, you snowflake cunts, is because nobody treated you like shit. Tough love works. You fucking weenies.
He's kind of right.
Dan Pena right there.
It's the best.
Always giving you the truth.
You fucking snowflakes.
He calls them cunts. Jesus.
Tough love works. I'm the alpha male father you never fucking had. Most of you should have never been born. You should have rolled down the inside of your fat mama's leg.
Fuck. God. Yeah, tough love works, guys.
It kind of does. I mean, you always hear these really successful people, and they all have these horrible nightmare stories of childhood.
A lot of times.
Nobody is like, well, I had really supportive parents, and everything
No.
was great, and so I decided to become the CEO of fucking Amazon or whatever, or I created the internet. It's
know.
never, dude. It's always
You
like,
snowflake cunt.
yeah, my dad beat the shit out of me, or
It's always like that.
I know.
I know.
It's adversity.
So, but you see, like all those people there and sitting in front of him, they're all like, they want it.
They love it.
They want that tough love.
Well, I think, you know, Tom, what they say.
Well,
discipline. No, I do think. I mean, you look at our kids; they love boundaries. They love discipline. They want you to be like, no, dude.
You see it with little
dude.
kids. You go, don't touch that, and they're like,
you gonna fucking
touch it, right? And then they go, what are you gonna do about it? Get off of that. And then they're like,
they like it.
They do, yeah. Well, I think everybody naturally wants a little bit of, a boundary.
Everybody needs it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So where is this? So this dude, our cool conspiracy guy.
Fed smoker.
Yeah.
Brings up Fed Smoker. We got a dive here on Fed Smoker.
There's more.
New but old,
You don't realize.
It's all in the past, all in the vaults.
Right, but I'm saying what an opus of work he's left behind. I had no idea.
It's so inspiring. Every time that I see one of these in the folder, I perk right up. I can't wait to see what it is. Here we go.
All you son of a bitches out there thinking you gotta wear a jock shirt and shit to get some pussy. I just left Ontario a couple days ago. Got a little bit of a story and got some fucking pussy. And you notice I'm still not wearing a fucking shirt.
Yeah.
That
Good
makes
point.
sense.
So what Herc's saying right there is you don't have to wear cool clothes to get laid. Right?
Oh, that's the
That's the message.
He's got so many points of wisdom. We need to start putting them down. That you don't need to wear a shirt to get laid.
No, especially not like an expensive shirt.
No, goodness, no.
These fucking clothes are way overrated for fucking getting pussy, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's all I'll tell you.
Good message.
Clothes are too overrated. They're just overrated, man. Who needs a fucking preppy ass shirt or a do-gooder shirt to get some pussy?
Yeah. Yeah, and also, what's really often overlooked is what an incredible vehicle the Ford Crown Vic is for him to be able to drive. I mean, I'm assuming he was probably clocking 250,000 miles a year in this thing. Just driving day and night. And this thing, do you think he did maintenance checkups on this?
No.
This thing just goes.
It'd be great if he could be the spokesperson.
Ford. Built Ford tough. Ah! Yeah.
Well, if he says I was in Ontario, is he meaning Ontario, Canada?
Yeah.
My province birth town.
I think so.
And that
that would suggest that he has papers, which I think there might be and it's not Ontario, California, but there's probably some other Ontarios. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I don't think he's like got my passport up to me. Yeah, I don't think so. And I definitely don't think Canada would be like, come on in to Fed Smoker.
No.
Let's check out this background. Oh yeah.
Felon. They don't let you in.
You have a lot of jail time. Well, that's all fucking bullshit.
Teeth. What kind of ladies do you think he's getting?
Very cool ladies. Very, very refined.
I want to know who he's romanced. If you were with Fed Smoker, let us know.
Yeah, ladies of the street probably more
Yeah, ladies
often
in the
than
night.
not.
She was good fucking, man. Really good. I drilled her for about 2.5 hours, I figure. And I got bored and got off and went back to my room.
2.5 hours?
Such a good summary of a story. I drilled her for like 2.5 hours and I got bored, got off and went to my room.
Ugh.
Okay.
I know he sounds like
fun time.
He's a Bukowski. That's how Bukowski would write.
And I mean, I'm not a lady, so you should probably be the one to vote here. But in my experience, if there's one thing that most women like, it's 2.5 hours of drilling.
Well,
they're like, perfect.
And the word drill, that implies
bang, bang, bang. Yeah.
Just a prison pounding.
Yeah.
Like as hard as he can go, as long as he can go. And it's exciting as a woman when you're like, will he come? Won't he come? How long will this meth
And when
dick
you go
last?
like, what's the amount of time this feels good for? I'm thinking 150 minutes, something like that. 2 hours plus is where to go.
Yeah, getting drilled. Oh wait, he does have a check engine light on, Tom.
Oh, that thing stays on. Do you think that he's actually ever been like, got to address this issue? Wonder what my oil reading's like right now.
Chevy. The official car of Fed Smoker.
Starter belt. I don't know what's going on with this thing. No. drilled her for 2.5
That's
hours.
that's an
I
exaggeration.
drilled her for about 2.5 hours, I figure.
That's got to be an exaggeration.
Fucking bored. Okay.
Does meth give you meth dick? Like, what does it do to
Don't
you? I mean,
know.
it makes you come in 4 strokes.
Probably
I thought.
really hard and ready to go.
Get some pussy.
But you come in 4 strokes and it's thick, hot white cum. I thought.
That's just that one guy. Okay. That was just one guy.
She was good fucking, man.
Ugh.
Yeah, because meth is like
His dick had become so sensitive.
Yeah, but that's not usually what people say. That's one dude. Most people say that meth is like that reckless drug of you're like, let's just fuck all hours.
Oh,
right?
it makes your dick go harder for a long time.
Yeah. Could you hit that mic more? What's going on with you today? You've done it like 6 times.
I mean, you? I do it. I go get. It's a podcast. Are we on NBC?
I know we're on a podcast. I know.
My coffee's cold.
Okay. Why don't you smoke some meth?
I wish I had meth right now.
Oh. You're like, it's a podcast.
Do what I want.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Nadav is upset.
What? What's wrong?
He's just
No,
shaking his
nothing.
head.
Just saying hitting the mic is definitely not a good move.
I'm just pointing it out. What? Why are you mad at me?
Because you're mean.
How was that mean?
You fart and make me walk into it.
Is that mean?
You don't cuddle.
I think you definitely could have been meaner. I think you did it in the nicest way that you knew how.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I'll take it. Fine.
Okay. So what is this saying about meth here? Can you make that bigger? My dad eyes. So, the results show that methamphetamine and sexual functions are not. The first usage is, what is that? Concomitant?
Concomitant, Tom.
With the increased duration of sex. An increase in the quality and quantity of sexual pleasure, a delighted
Ooh.
orgasm, a feeling of more control of the sex act. These effects gradually decrease. A decreased libido and various sexual dysfunctions, such as erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, and losing control during the sex act will appear over time. Wow, I didn't know that. That's really...
Well, he's a long-time meth
He's
user.
a long-time meth user.
I'm surprised he can get his wiener up or that he wants to be. It says that the sexual function goes down over time.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
interesting.
There are differences in the libido and sexual functions of meth users. Personal perceptions of one's sexual function may be affected by cognitive changes resultant from the drug. Yeah, Dr. Drew's always saying that there's this bummer brain deterioration that happens when you're a regular meth user, and that he's seen permanent cognitive dysfunction. Yeah,
it happens.
It's such a bummer because you want to try it and you want to get into it, but to know that that's going to happen, I'll have to say, and this is going to be the official word from us, don't get into meth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
It's
agree.
a real sad day, but our studies have shown that you shouldn't.
But I didn't realize how much great art that meth produces. I mean, in terms of talks and these videos, I just didn't realize it inspired people in so many ways.
So many ways. I mean, and then it almost makes you want to go, did we just change our position on whether or not you should try it? Because you just made a great point that the art and art's kind of awesome. So
I know. I don't want to.
I got this from an artist.
Can I?
Yeah. From this. Yeah.
What
Babe.
is that? It's a meth artist?
No.
Oh.
No, he's
what
an
is
awesome
that?
artist.
What's the animal there? Is it a crocodile?
What's it say?
Oh, it's dinosaur bone marrow pharaoh.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Matthew Ryan, is it Heggert? I forgot if
Oh,
I said his
wow.
last
That's
name
really
correctly.
cool.
I'll tell you right now because I should. Yeah, Herget. Sorry, Herget. Herget.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he's
wow.
a dope
Where
artist.
is he from?
He lives in the Los Angeles area.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
Don't you wish you
Thank
could
you,
decide
Matthew.
who lives or dies?
Yep.
They do.
You were saying that. Why do you want to decide who lives or dies?
Because I look around and I'm like, in my head, I'm always like, we could lose that one. Walking right there. We
That's
could lose
true.
that one. We could lose that one. We could lose that one. And
You know, there are
would be no
people
different.
who thought that same way.
I know.
And they've tried it.
Some might be genetic matches, sharing DNA type. You know what I'm saying? Like my heritage is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, are you talking about genocide?
Well, I'm not saying. No, I wasn't thinking in terms of rounding people up according to collective attributes. I was thinking in terms of the individual. For instance, if I see you're behind somebody at the Starbucks and I don't know, kind of hemming and hawing, dead. You're gone. You don't agree with me on that?
No, that's pretty good. That's true.
What about the douchebags who ride their fucking bicycles in the streets? And it's very dangerous here.
That's annoying. And today we were on the freeway, and it was pretty open, and we were behind a guy at one point doing 45, not for a moment. Like, that was his cruising speed.
Right, gone.
You should be able to kill that guy.
Death, next.
Yeah.
Your life is meaningless to me.
You know what I'm like upset that I didn't get involved in? The riots.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you feeling like?
Because I saw all these like storefront windows. I'm like, that's got to be so satisfying to break those windows.
But
to know that people did that, I'm like, you kind of won that one. That seems like fun.
But see, I don't have that destructive impulse like that. I want to clean up the world from the riffraff. You want to destroy the world. You want to throw a brick in the window. I don't have that impulse.
Yeah. You know what I've been doing lately? I didn't tell you this.
What?
Following people.
Oh boy.
So
following regular people or online?
I just pick someone. No, in real life. I pick someone and I just follow them.
That's neat. That's
like
stalking
sometimes
behavior.
walking around, and sometimes I follow them home, and I see if I can, how long I can follow them without them taking notice. Yeah. It's
that's
pretty
illegal,
fun.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Are they all women?
Yep.
Petite, blonde. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. I saw one the other day at the mall, and I was like, I'm just going to see if I could follow her home. So I watched her get in her car. I got in mine, and then she stopped for groceries. I went in the grocery store. Then she got out, and she went to a coffee place. I followed her that, and then I followed her home, and I waited outside, and I watched,
What did she do then?
I just watched her spouse arrive, and then I was just like, I know where you live, and, I just told myself I could do whatever I want.
Check you back later.
Yep.
Do you ever make contact where you're like, can you help me lift this couch?
No, but now, like, I gave her a name in my mind, and,
what's her name?
It's Sheila.
Sheila?
Yeah.
And okay. And she lives in our neighborhood?
No, she doesn't live in our neighborhood.
You go to other people's neighborhoods?
Yeah.
Well, you're also a recognizable person.
I have a mask on.
Oh.
And a hat and sunglasses.
Boy. Okay.
Yeah. But you know what I'm going to do next, though? I'm going to go back to her place.
Just listening to this.
I'm going to go back to her place and leave her a note.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of illegal.
How is it illegal to say, hey, I think you're real beautiful. I've been watching you?
That's what you're going to tell her in the note? What are you going to tell her?
I'm just going to tell her she forgot to get the cucumbers when she was at the grocery store. Because she picked a couple up and put them down, and I was like, maybe I'll give you a reminder.
It's good, Tom. It's good. You know who else I think should die?
Who?
Every time we back out of our parking lot, what's the word? Driveway?
Garage, yeah.
The garage.
Yeah.
I have to back up the way that it works, okay?
Yeah.
And every motherfucking time, our thing is on an incline, so it's dangerous for me to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I back up and there's an indignant jogger, just the jogging in place, passively aggressively looking at me like, you bitch, you're backing up. It's like, yeah, twat, I'm backing up. I'm the one who can't see you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, maybe you shouldn't give me such a nasty look. Why don't you go across the street and jog around me, you stupid cunt?
I agree with that.
Dead.
I agree with that. Because I also feel that way about, like, if you're driving and there's a cyclist, right?
Oh, boy.
And
I could take them all
and
out. I hate them.
You go to turn, and the cyclist is going straight, right? So you're going to turn, cyclist is going straight, and as you're turning, they go like, hey, you go, yeah, but you can see that I'm coming up on this turn.
Yes, yes.
So you actually have a better view of everything. You can go like, oh, well, the guy driving the car is about to make sure I'll slow down so he can make, and then I'll just keep going. But some of them go like, no, I'll accelerate through it because I have the right of way, even though I know I'm in your blind spot right
That's
now.
the thing.
I know that you
yes.
are missing it right now because I can deduce from the rate of speed and you're decreasing your speed and that you're going to turn. And they just do that, and those people should be fucking neutered.
Neutered and murdered and strung up in public and made an example of and drawn and quartered too.
Yep.
But here's the deal. Because that jogger does know, and I know this cunt who's jogging all the time, is she knows that she's in my blind spot, like you said.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hit her.
Of course not.
And I obviously am the one who's at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So be the bigger person, even though you might have the right of way.
And by the way, if you tell me
Stupid
more
bitch.
specific details about this person, I'll fucking follow you home.
I can.
Okay?
And I will.
And I'll wait outside. I'll sit in your yard. You won't even know I was there. Don't think I won't follow you around. All right? Make you nervous. Think about it all night. I love that feeling, knowing someone's scared.
What about anybody that makes a speakerphone call in
God.
public?
Yeah, it's
right?
terrible.
They
It's the
should
worst.
die, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The fucking hammer to the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. Man. I'm in a good mood now.
Great.
Here, I haven't seen this. This looks like it'd be funny. Let's check it out.
Oh, no. Is this LA?
Oh! Holy shit, man.
Damn.
What is he saying?
We're not sure. It's a foreign country.
It is?
And what I just realized is the guy walking by I thought was concerned for the dude that just fell. But then I see he just kind of stiff arms him back onto the floor. So I think that guy was maybe saying something mean to the old guy that was putting him down, but he was not trying to help this dude up.
Jeez.
Jesus. I mean, that's a, oh. No,
He's like, let me pet that dog. Is that why he went down
Jesus
there?
Christ, man. So if you're listening, there's a guy in a wheelchair who rolls up and shakes a ladder until it falls down, and the guy falls with it, like from pretty high up, man. And that guy walking by, I think he's just like, hey, don't, okay. And then he's just done. He's just like, don't escalate this to either one. That is a really crazy, we don't know where this is though, huh?
Nah, I thought it was maybe some sort of Latin country. I don't know. Does that sound familiar to you? What he's yelling?
No, because I thought at first I thought I was hearing English. It's you know, I thought he was saying something extra.
Yeah,
that's what I thought he said.
Oh.
It
Something
looks like
extra,
that could be Melrose.
But I can't actually make
like a
out.
Nosferatu sounding type of word.
Maybe you're right. I'm just not hearing it well. I mean, maybe I'll
Let's
try
hear
one
it
more
again.
time. Wow. It still sounds mostly English. I don't know why it sounds like English to me. No, it's too muffled for me. I can't make it
Yeah.
out. I don't know.
Wow, that was a really inspiring clip, guys.
Yeah. All right, we're about to go take a break. Do you want to watch this one last thing here?
I love to. What do you got for me?
Well, you sent it in.
I make difficult decisions every day, but not about tampons. I switched to Playtex. It's unbeatable protection. Only Playtex tampons have a double-layer design. Only Playtex.
Our pussies itch. They smell like fish.
Really cool. That's a good commercial, babe.
I change my mind a lot, but not about tampons. I switched to Playtex. They're comfortable, and they get a special plastic applicator. Only Playtex.
And our pussies fucking stink. They have these huge warts that grow on them.
That's really cool, babe.
I love these old tampon commercials. It's
with
so
the,
stupid.
With the audio slowed down,
Yes.
so they're like my tampons. Yeah.
I keep trying new routines, but not with tampons. Playtex tampons and Playtex deodorant tampons. Unbeatable protection.
1982.
They smell like fish.
Yeah.
I love the pretense on these. Like,
Yeah.
I make a lot of hard decisions, but not about my tampons. Like,
No.
what the fuck are you talking
There's
about?
so much to consider out in the world, but not what I shove up inside of me.
I know, it's so bizarre. What a
So
premise.
weird.
What a premise.
Okay, let's take a quick break.
Okay, Mom.
Be right back. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Whoop. We know a lot about a lot. We know 2020 has been a tough year to say the least, and we know we want to live healthier lifestyles, but we don't know a lot about ourselves and how our behavior impacts us. You can get to know yourself on a deeper level with Whoop, the fitness tracker that provides personalized insight into your body's recovery, strain, and sleep with actionable feedback in real time. For me, I love monitoring all the data. I think the best thing I like the most of the Whoop is that sleep coach. You know, sleep is so important. The longer you live, the more you realize that it's so important to get great sleep and take care of yourself. And the sleep coach will tell me, this is the sleep deficit you've built up. You need to get more sleep to perform better. Go to bed at this time. It'll tell me, go to bed by 11:15 to get up at this time, and you'll feel better tomorrow. And I follow it. I really do. For our listeners, Whoop is offering 15% off with the code YOURMOM at checkout. Go to Whoop, WHOOP.com, enter your mom at checkout to save 15%. Get to know yourself on a deeper level. Unlock yourself with Whoop.
Gene, you may have noticed that I have been watching Doctor Who on UK Netflix. What? How am I doing that, you might ask?
I've noticed.
ExpressVPN. It's wonderful. ExpressVPN lets you change your online location so you can control where you want sites to think you're located. You just open the app, you select a location, tap one button to connect, and refresh the page to access thousands of new shows and movies. I mean, you can choose from almost 100 different countries. How awesome is that? You can watch whatever you want, and they won't know, Tom.
They won't know.
You're
a secret hacker.
Secret. You can stream in HD, no problem, no buffering or lag. It's compatible with all your devices, phones, laptops, media consoles, smart TVs, and more. So you're going to go to expressvpn.com/yourmom to get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. expressvpn.com/yourmom.
Super excited to be back here with a very special guest, all the way from the Great Big Apple, New York City.
Yes.
Chrissy D, History Hyenas, Chris DeStefano, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Very happy to have you
I appreciate
here.
it. I'm COVID-free.
COVID-free.
I believe. I do have prostatitis, so I got an inflammation in my prostate.
Really?
I think I do.
Wait, you think you do?
Every day.
It's a really specific thing to say.
You know what's a nice thing, though? Every day, because I had it once like 2 years ago, but it was 1,000% from chlamydia. But now, which is nice, I'm not Chrissy Drip Drop anymore. So, but
do you remember who gave it to you?
No, I mean it's one of the. I was a blur. I was a full blown sex addict 2 years, like not. You know,
2 years ago you were.
Yeah, I was like, I don't drink. I don't drink that much, and I don't smoke. I'm fine. But then I was just, I mean, dude, there was back-to-back nights. Sex with like a woman who was the former Miss Canada.
Oh wow!
And then one of my mom's friends, Kate. So it's like back to back, former Miss Canada, 68-year-old woman, sex addict.
Did you go to rehab for it?
No.
You get therapy at all for it?
Yes, therapy, a lot of meditation, a lot of reading, a lot of thinking about, like narcissism and entitlement and things like that. And
yeah, that's fascinating.
Getting deep into that, and now so now I'm sitting here with prostatitis, and it's a different feeling because I'm like, I know it's not from an STD. I haven't had sex with anyone but my girlfriend in whatever it's been. Well, I haven't seen her in 3 weeks, so it's like that's, I mean, I literally think I could have like inflamed my prostate from jerking off.
Yes, I think so. Are you aggressively doing it?
I can't explain to you like why. I've been here for 3 weeks and it's been unbelievable. Like I've been jerking off to anything, like
everything.
Yeah, I was jerking off to Anderson Cooper. 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Then this morning, Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
They had an old episode on, and I was just like, and I don't jerk off like this. I rub the base of my penis and I blow it into my belly button. I don't know. Yeah, it's a very strange way of masturbating, and I think that
So you rub it against your belly?
I kind of rub down. I make like a little vagina with my thumbs, and I rub the base, and then I shoot it into my butt.
Seriously?
I swear to God.
I got to tell you something. I mean, with that, I mean, I don't even know you that well.
Yeah.
I would like you to do it to me.
Yeah. And I would, dude. I absolutely would.
That sounds like a really good
How did you
technique.
discover this technique?
I don't know. I think when I was a kid, I just, I used to take a pillow. I used to like masturbate on a pillow. I slept in the same room as my mom till I was about 13, 14 years old.
Sure.
So I used to like, when she was sleeping, quietly just take a pillow.
I used to do that.
That's probably where it started.
I used to hump the mattress.
Yes.
I was having orgasms before I ejaculated.
Oh, me too. I was absolutely shooting blanks.
And I was like trying to explain to my cousin, Brian. I was like, "Do you do that thing?" Because I didn't know the words for it. I was like, where like you rub yourself a certain way and your body shakes and it feels good. And he was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I go, "You know what I mean?" Like, and then you kind of sweat a little bit. And he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Well, because I would do that so much, I would masturbate so much and just shoot blanks that the first time I did get just a little bit of jizz, I lived in the same house as my mom's sister, and she used to watch me while my mom was at work, and I was like doing it, like rubbing the pillow hard, and then a little splooge came out, and I was young and inexperienced. I didn't know, so I ran to my Aunt Colleen. I was like, "Aunt Colleen, something's coming out of my pee-pee," and she's like an old school New York lady smoking a cigarette. She's like, "Christopher, listen to me. You're gonna have to talk to your mother about that." I remember she was blowing the smoke. She's like, "I can't even deal with this right now." And then I'll never forget. She's like, "Do you want a saltine cracker?" and then ever since then, yeah. So I just have a weird relationship with sex that I had to explore. Like for very long, I didn't realize like I absolutely fall in love with men but have sex with women.
Yeah, because you mentioned Anderson Cooper, so you masturbate while watching him.
But I don't know that I was thinking about him. I was thinking about other thoughts, but it's just something soothing.
But you do fall in love with men.
Have sex with women.
Yeah.
Now hold on. Like, what do you mean? You fall in love? Like emotionally, you're in love with a man, but physically, you're into a woman? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think like I'm not gay, right? I don't have any even really gay thoughts. Like I've never thought about having sex with a guy. But I have talked to men for a long time, looked in their eyes, been fascinated by their conversation, and either went home and beat off or went home and had sex with a woman.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what that is, where that falls.
Do you think that that's because men are more interesting and smarter?
Okay.
It could, yeah. It could be. No.
Women are fucking stupid.
Because women are fucking dumb?
No.
Mabes.
No.
Mabes. Yeah. I could.
No, but hold on. But are you aroused? But you're not aroused sexually when you see? Do you watch gay porn?
No, I've never watched gay porn.
You've never watched gay porn, or you never tried? And have you seen? Can you bring up two guys butt fucking? Let's just see how it feels.
Yes,
but this is fascinating because you said you can hang out with a dude and be so fascinated and so in like be
You're
like
just
this guy was
excited by
awesome.
Yeah,
but then you want to go and have sex with a woman.
Yes, like.
Maybe it's just excitement over
here we go. Let me see.
friendship or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, see, is that a guy having sex with a guy? Oh, these are women.
These
are straight gay.
Yeah.
Hold on. I've never searched for this
Butt
before. I'm just trying to.
Gay porn. Yeah. There we go.
There you go.
There's a guy sucking. Yeah.
Whoa,
See this.
he's got a big
He's got
one.
a nice piece on him.
He does.
Mormon boys.
Yeah.
There we go.
And this guy's
How do you
about
feel?
to take communion right here.
There we go.
Oh.
See, I don't.
Took to it like a duck to water, huh?
Like a duck to water.
I support it. I see, like, if I was in a
but does that arouse you? You're not really being open to it.
What would arouse me is if these same two men started talking about the book *Sapiens* and how they got into that. Then I might be able to get horny and something introspective like that. But then I'd go to have sex with a woman. This right here, I can watch this and I can support this, but I don't. It doesn't really. There you go. I mean, it's a little ass tap.
Let me ask you this though, because this is really fascinating for when you're talking about, being a sex. Because I think we always hear the term sex addict, but we don't really explore it like as observers. Like most people like know. Or have some knowledge of alcoholism or drug addiction, right? And you go like, well, it filled this void or whatever it is, right? Is the sex addiction that same thing that is like trying to fill some type of emptiness and you were getting it through those sex acts?
Absolutely. And I didn't realize that at first. At first I was like, oh, I'm a comedian on the road and
we get laid.
It's what happens. It's part. And then I realized like the emptiness after it was done on not only me, the woman too. So we would constantly find each other. And that's what my therapist said. He was like, a lot of times like a sex addict male will find a sex addict female. And he's like, how often did you notice like women that you would have sex with that would never call you again or you never call them again? I was like, almost 100%. How often would they leave like right after you leave? I was like, within 10 minutes every time. He was like, so you were both the addiction addicts find each other.
Wow.
So he was like, so that's what you were doing. So I had to like just cold turkey stop that. And then I would always like look for something different, something to fill
the hole.
Always. And, I had a child and my daughter was born. We had the baby like on like the second or third date. Like,
whoa.
She got pregnant. I was like, my life's crazy, spiraling, and not realizing like, no, dude, you're in the full, addict swing right now. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then a lot of things happened, ruined the relationship, fucked a lot of things up. But I was like, but I love my daughter. I'm always there for my daughter. It's fine. I'm telling myself I'm a good father. I'm there. I'm present. But how many times was I push her in her swing, DMing a girl? How many times was I like hiding my phone? How many times when her mom would bring me over, I would have to clean the apartment, realize all addict behavior. So then I don't know if you ever get through it. I'm working through it, but at a way better place than I am now. Back with my child's mom, back in like wholesome family. Wow. Been out here for 3 weeks by myself.
And
had many temptations, of course, and it's it's a lot easier now for me to be like, no, that's not what's going to give me peace and balance. What's going to give? Because I realized something. Having so many options, I realized, is actually not freedom. I kept saying to my kids, Mom, I just want to be free. But that's not, it's the opposite of freedom. Having too many options is you're absolutely in chains.
Yeah.
Freedom to me now is having just one option, one great relationship with my daughter's mom, the concept of family, building a family. That is like, I feel totally free. I feel like I have so much energy here for the last 3 weeks because I've been like, I'm only waiting for the call from the one woman and the one family, and that's what it is. Now, my hotel room walls have gotten fucking lit up, but that my therapist said that's okay.
This guy's a fucking loser. Cut his mic, man.
I know, dude. I know. My dad's listened to this like, you fucking homo! I told you to pound some ass out there, Chrissy.
No, you actually like hearing you say all this stuff. It even seems like you are so much like at peace and content with like the ride you've been on to get here, right?
Yes, 100%. And I feel extremely like ready for any type of maybe success that might come my way. And I'm not even and my values and my value system has changed totally too. Like for me now. Yes, I want to do very well in comedy, of course. I'd love to have opportunities and do that. But but really like the metric for me is how my daughter is developing and how my relationship with her mom is developing and the concept of family. So if those things are going well, which they are right now,
everything comes into
place. I have a pilot right now with True TV. I mean, it's my 10th pilot. I'm fucking Chrissy pilots. I'm 0 for 9. If I go 0 for 10, great, dude. I'm Chrissy strikeouts. It doesn't matter because my daughter's in a good school and I have things that I want.
That's awesome.
Where it used to be like 2 years ago, like, oh, I need to get this. I'm a failure. And it's like, no. Like, how many times are you going to go through this? So I didn't realize that, and I think like saying, hey, I'm always working through this addiction is a powerful thing. Because Colin Quinn is like a mentor of mine. We've become very close friends in New York, and he's 30 years sober.
Yeah.
And he was kind of the one that first gave me the idea of like, have you ever thought about you're addicted to this? Mm-hmm. He's like, because there's a lot of men that have options or women that have options, but they don't act on them compulsively like you are.
Right.
He's like, how many times are you going to bring 4 women into the Comedy Cellar? And he's like, it's all great and good. And, he's like, I think the women like you and you like them and you're nice to them and kind to them and it's all good. But how much do you want to do this? Like,
right. And it's not fulfilling. You would not feel
zero of it.
Yeah. You wouldn't leave it being like,
no.
This feels really great that I
No. And they didn't feel good either. Like, everything obviously was all good and consensual and that was fine. But I feel like you just have to say that now.
Yeah, you do.
It was all consensual. It was all good.
Just a real quick side note: didn't rape anyone, and
So, but they felt empty too because I didn't even realize. Like I noticed, like they never call me ever again. Like if I text them and they'd be like, "Oh, I had a great time, but I'm just not interested anymore." It's like the addicts were finding each other.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Wow, how do you approach? I'm fascinated. Like, how do you approach the other one? How do you sniff her out? Like, how do you know who's broken enough to?
The opening message on a DM is their pussy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Really?
Or the opening message is, hey, hard eyes, or I think you're hot, or take me out for a drink and I'll give you the night of your life, things like that. And I was like, yes. Where another girl was like, hey, do you want to like take me to dinner? I'd be like, no. Come on. What are you,
loser?
Can I stick garlic sticks up your pussy? Yeah. Then no. So I was not looking. And then, what I realized too, this is so fucking gay. Just play gay porn over this. This is gayer than the guy getting pounded in his ass. But it's just the truth. I got on Lululemon pants. Any guys out there want to hit me on Grindr? I noticed too that, my girlfriend, my daughter's mom, she constantly kept taking me back after fucking up like you can't imagine, like constantly fucking up, but then being like, but I'm a nice guy. I love my daughter. Constantly her being like, this is your last chance. This is your last chance. And then finally, just realizing like that is love on her part. Like I needed to catch up to her because that, like you set the bird free and if it comes back, it's love. Like she set me free so many times, and so many times I've been like begging to come back, and so many times she's been like, come back. Yeah. And now for like I've known her for, my daughter's 5, so we've known each other 5 years and 9 months. But this like past like 6 months, like in quarantine, has been like the most like fulfilling with her, and like the first time where I'm like actually have listened to her and paid attention to her and been like, I want to make this work. Where it used to be like, I don't even know you. Like we have a kid and I don't even know you because I'm just not paying attention because I'm not interested. I'm playing pretend. I was just constantly playing pretend with everyone. So I had to just realize that and like look in the mirror and be like, you fucking idiot.
But it's so actually nice to see somebody figure it out at your age and that you're not like 70 being like, you know what? I think I fucked up. And like your life is, you know what I mean? Like you've put this together. I mean, just hearing you talk about it, I mean, I can see that like you've really seen the light in this whole thing, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude. I mean, I'm shitting out condoms right now, but it feels like that, but it's like you have to just admit that too. Like where I was just like, and also like my circle of friends, like,
that changes, right?
I had to make it all a lot smaller. I just had to make it all a lot smaller and stop. I was always the guy who was like, what do I do? This advice and that advice, and asking 30 people their opinion.
Did you find that you would seek out the advice of somebody that would reinforce bad behavior?
Absolutely. And it was the same thing like, like the options thing. I would ask for so many options because I thought that's what, I'll get all these people's opinions when that is not, that's the opposite of freedom. Now I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Whereas just who's your crew? Who's your circle of people? And I have those people and I deal with them. And then, but I ultimately like, now make my own choices and have just had to like, be Chrissy uncomfortable at times and just tell people how I'm honestly feeling, which was always like, I just want you to like me. That's all I want you to do is like me.
Yeah. Which is, by the way, I think the MO of like almost all comedians truly is they're just like, I just want you to like me.
Yeah. Who then I saw a quote from my favorite comedian, Bill Cosby. And I saw a quote from him that said, I don't know the secret to success, but I know the secret to failure is trying to please everyone. And I was like, wow, that guy's fucking smart.
Knows what's up.
But the irony is that his material was super universal and not inflammatory in the least. I mean, his shit was like, you go to the dentist and the spit thing. And you're like, fuck is he talking about?
Do that again. Do it again. You go to the dentist and the spit comes out.
You got the string and the thing. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Talk about your dick, weirdo. I don't trust any male comic that doesn't talk about his dick.
Yes. You've been saying that for a decade.
But you know why? And I really think about it because that's the dark side to all of us. Comedians are human.
Everyone has darkness.
Dark and light. And if you're not going in there and then coming back out and making jokes,
every comedian we know,
you're not addressing the dark.
Not even the public ones that everyone knows, but some of them who are real clean and stuff.
Oh boy.
You know them because you hang out with them on a level and you're like, you are a fucking dark motherfucker.
Dark as fuck.
Talk about it a little bit, man. Give us a little taste. And the thing is, whenever you hang out with them, they're funnier telling you those stories. And you're like, why do you do that? And they're like, I don't want to do that on stage. You're like, why? This is what's great.
So much better.
Like you're not being like I feel like the whole thing of this is like be open and be cathartic and it's like when I hear it's not necessarily clean because I know some clean comedians, but I know the comedians who like they're completely different people off stage.
That's it's not even like motherfucker. It's not like you're not cursing enough. I'm saying you're not exploring your truth, your honesty. You know, it's like they're just doing like surface level.
The veneer.
Now I gotta tell you something. So I think I'd heard your name a few times, and it was I think last year, not the one that just passed, but the year before.
Right.
That I think you posted a September 11th story from the cellar.
Yeah.
Dude, I laughed so hard
thank you.
watching that. And I watched it a few times.
Oh, thanks.
And then this year you reposted it
Yeah.
and the same thing. It's like, it's such a great, here's what it is. Like, that story you tell, had you done that on stage before?
So what happened was I had done that kind of pseudo story in my Comedy Central hour special, size 38 waist, and it kind of came and went because I was in a box and like the rules, like you can't say this, can't say that. But then actually on September 11th, 2 years ago, I was like third or fourth comedian up at the Comedy Cellar, and people were bombing because they weren't addressing that it was 9/11. And I just went on after a Muslim comedian who didn't address anything, and I was just like,
you had a couple drinks.
Oh yeah,
Here's the thing: the whole thing is perfect because like you're a little loosey goosey.
Yeah,
you're Chrissy 5 drinks in.
Oh yeah,
and and the story is unbelievable. It's so like cinematic. Like there's so many characters and layers, and you paint it just perfectly, and there's so many punchlines that like I just kept going back to it. It also reminded me, I think, of what I love about comedy before you do stand up, because that story is a story that like if you weren't a comic and you told that story like hanging out, that's the kind of story where you hear someone and you literally go like you should do comedy. It's like it's such a genuine, authentic, real story.
I think Chris is going to masturbate after this podcast.
It's a
just
great
the way
story.
the light hit one of his eyes like that. Like, I'm definitely I'm gonna sex with my girl.
So
because you know what happened? Because I was like drunk and like uninhibited and like just like fuck it, go. And I was like, you know what? Like it's 9/11. I lived through it. I'm like a native New Yorker. I feel like licensed to speak freely. Like if you say you can't make 9/11 jokes, like fuck you. My mom worked in the building. I know plenty of people that died. Like I feel like it's my story.
Yeah, you have credibility to tell the story.
Like I wasn't there, but it's like my mother was there, and like I just lived in.
And the highlight of this story is something that I've since sought out in your posts and content is talking about your dad. I don't know what it is that I'm so lucky and blessed that I have this like a great dad who he's always been there and he's just like a sweet guy. For some reason, whenever somebody tells me like sideways dad stories, I'm fascinated and I laugh beyond control. Like
I was talking to him this morning and he was like, what's going on today? And I was like, oh, I'm going to do that really, big podcast I was telling you about, Tom Segura. He's like, oh yeah, fucking Tommy Segways. Called you Tommy Segways. He was like, Tommy Segways. He was like, he was like, he seems like a good kid. I looked him up. So he just called you a kid.
Okay.
He was like, you guys seems like good kids. And then he was like, oh, is they married over there? And I said, yeah, him and his wife, Christina. He was like, that's nice. That's you. He's like, you and my girl's name is Jasmine. He's like, you and Jasmine should do something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, she's not a comedian at all. He's like, who cares? Turn the cameras on. That's what he said. He's very much like...
I love showbiz advice from a dad. That's the thing.
I said...
Non-show business dad's advice are the best.
73, 74 years old, diabetic, heart condition, lives in New York. Now he just moved to Florida, the next epicenter. He's just following it. He goes, never smoked or drank a day in his life. Pandemic hits March. It's like April 1st. Nobody's supposed to see their elderly grandparents. He's like, I want to come see the baby, my daughter. He's like, I got to come see the baby. I can't fucking sit here anymore. I'm like, yeah, but you got to understand, like, you can't, like, you're, old age, like you have every condition that they say is going to kill you. You have them all. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm coming. I'm going to get on the bus. I was like, Dad, let me at least I was like, let me at least come get you. He's like, I'm getting on the fucking bus. So he gets on the bus, shows up. He's got a mask on around his ear, right? I'll never forget. It was around his left ear. He's just got it hanging. I'm like, did you take the bus like that? He's like, yeah, you got to have a mask on your person. That's what de Blasio said, the mayor. I go, but it has to be across your face. I was like, Dad, it has to be across your face.
Yeah.
And then he goes to me, oh, I'm sorry. I thought June was Pride Month. I didn't know I had a gay son. And then I'm like, okay. And then he goes into my backyard and lights up a cigar. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, you haven't drank or smoked anything. And he was like, let me fucking tell you one thing here, Chrissy. He goes, nothing Chinese is ever going to take me down. He goes, my veins are red, white, and blue. And he lights up the cigar, I swear, and just starts coughing like an idiot. And I'm like, Dad, whatever.
He's not even a smoker.
He doesn't care. Then he didn't even tell me then. I just call him one day, July 5th. I'm like, hey, you want to hang, I just had a barbecue. By then, I'm like, we just had a barbecue in my house. I was like, you want to come by? We got some leftover food. He's like, oh, I'm in Tampa, Florida. I was like, what do you mean you're in Tampa, Florida? He goes, I moved here. I was like,
just drops it on you?
What? He's like, yeah, me and your stepmother moved here. So I was like, that's another epicenter of Corona.
Yeah.
He was like, red, white, and blue.
Blue baby.
That's what he said. He just constantly says red, white, and blue.
Chinese are going to take me down.
Yeah, he goes, the Chinese are not going to take me down. Dude, his dad, my grandpa, wouldn't eat sushi for the remainder of his life. He wouldn't eat sushi in 1995 because he thought it was the food of the enemy.
Oh my God!
He just wouldn't.
And your dad,
Top Dog's similar. Though.
Yeah, well, yeah. My dad uses
German,
other words.
Yeah.
But he. Well, my dad was in Vietnam, so
okay.
he's like, I don't want any of that noodles and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Which I guess it's like okay. I mean, these guys fought in the war.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Of course
fine.
it's okay. I don't eat Russian fucking food. These Ruskies.
Your dad growing up,
right?
Must have been wild.
So he was a maniac. You know, when my mom. So how they met was because my mother's a very highly educated woman, like Ivy League school, like very all about education. And when you meet her, prim, proper, you know, comes with very well-to-do, not wealthy, but like you know, academics, and speaks properly. Like even my accent. She'd be like, honey, you need to pronounce those R's. Okay, you're not going to sound like an idiot like your father. Okay, it's not going to happen. Like, you know, like, so she's like that. And my father's like a legit criminal, like was in and out of jail. And they were at, my mother's company was doing a walkathon in downtown Manhattan in like, I guess like 1983, 84. And my dad was doing community service on the side of the walkathon.
No.
Shut
like a
up.
prison work release. Like you have to do when you get out, you have to do a few hours of community service. And he was like picking up garbage, like by like off like the FDR or something, wherever they were doing like that park, wherever they were doing the walkathon.
Please tell me he catcalled her.
Yeah, he started flirting with my mom. My mom said she was like I'm walking in the walkathon, and all of a sudden one of those garbage pickup things, it pinches my butt, and I turn around and she's like, and it's this ugly man with an orange jumpsuit on, telling me how beautiful I am and that he's going to rock my world. And I'm like, and you know, she's 20 years old. I would assume a virgin, like she's like, this is not what I want, you know? But then he was so persistent, and she's, you know, kind of goody two-shoes family, just decided to like have a fling with a bad boy, they have me. And then it's just like, you know, it's like kind of history repeats itself, because then her whole life because then they got divorced immediately because, you know, Catholic woman, pregnant, let's get married. Then divorced immediately because my mother was like, big mistake.
Yeah.
Huge. Julia Roberts' voice. Huge. so huge. Big. So they get divorced. And then my mother's whole life was keeping me on the like straight path. So she was like, you're not gonna make the mistakes that I made, that your dad made. You're gonna go to school. So everything, I went to school. She's like, no drugs, no alcohol. So everything they asked me, I did. Did sports in high school, college, even professional basketball overseas.
You did?
Yeah.
You played pro basketball?
For like 3 weeks. And then
where?
It was first I was on this team called Darfusaka in Turkey, and then I played, got sent right back home quick for like 3 days in Ireland, sent home.
What were you, a point guard?
Point guard. I was a shooting guard in college and then a point guard.
Where'd you go to college?
St. Joseph's Division III school.
Yeah.
It was a very, very small school.
You got to be a pretty decent basketball player.
Well, basketball was my whole life. Like my father was all about sports. My dad was like, you know, he wanted to play baseball and, you know, just was a criminal and just didn't work out. The Yankees were like, yeah, you're a federal, you know, you're a convict. So like George Steinbrenner was like, no.
What kind of like crimes was he involved in?
All like you know, like racketeering and money laundering and things like that.
Mob shit?
Yeah, but like you would never see. That's the thing. Like when you actually have like a parent or like a close family member who's in the mob, like you don't. You're just like, yeah, it just happens. Like I remember one day, one of my aunts, her husband was killed. Her husband and her son. I was 6 months old, so I guess my cousin. You know, her husband was killed and the son was killed, who was like 25 at the time, all mafia related stuff. And then just every month somebody would drop a bag off in cash.
Wow.
I guess it was the family that like whacked my aunt's husband and their son. Like was like old school mafia tactics. Like whatever they did, they're like, the wife shouldn't have to pay for it. So they like take care of the bills. And I was like 5 years old one day and I just opened the door and some guy was like, give this to your aunt. And I was just like a bag of, you know, I don't know how
Colleen?
much cash. No, another aunt on my dad's side. And so that's just like, but so like you learn to like, you know, that's just part of the thing.
Just normalizes.
Yeah. Like anytime I hear anybody be like, you know who my fucking father is, uncle is, I'm like, probably nobody. Because those guys are like, you would never even know. Like, you know, you're just like, they just kind of act the way they act. Like my uncle, he wasn't my dad's brother, but it was like close uncle. Like I had an uncle, Bobby Petts, who is a real guy, and he had like all these animals, and he fucking loved animals. And
Bobby
like,
Pets.
when I was a kid, I was like, oh, he's just got like a little petting zoo like in his
Bobby
backyard.
Pets.
Yeah, he always had like a crazy shit. He had like a penguin. I never forget. It was like summer, like 1996 in Brooklyn. Guy, as if penguin walked. I swear it was like July 4th weekend.
How'd you
He's like,
get this, Bobby?
I don't remember how he got it, but I do remember the penguin. Me and my dad going to his house, Bobby Pets' house, like the next week, and he had like an air conditioner and 2 fans on. But it was like, sweltering New York City heat. And I was like, I feel like I was like 12 at the time, like all about like science and all that. I was like, I don't think like this is mimicking like Antarctic conditions. Like your Frigidaire bullshit air conditioner, which is like rattling in a basement. And then he was feeding it cheese. And I was like, I swear to God, I just feel like that's not their natural diet. No, it died. It died a week later.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God.
And then my dad and Bobby Pence buried the penguin off the side of the New Jersey Turnpike. A lot of times people are like, you're making shit up. I'm not making it up.
No, you can't make
It's just
that up.
true.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So that's kind of how my dad operated.
Yeah, so he ran with like some real legit.
But before, like, I was a kid, so when I was a kid, by the time he got the one incident on September 11th where I really saw, like, wow, this guy's a fucking nut job. But since then, he's like, he's still the same guy, like, but he's gotten older and, like I remember when I met, my kid's mom, she's a beautiful Puerto Rican girl, and, like, I remember my dad's, like, sitting there, he was like, she's got a hot mom for the old man. I'm like, you're on dialysis right now with your wife standing right next to you. And then, like, and then she's like, it's like a crazy, like, kind of, like, life. And but he's like a great guy, and like my dad is like right intentions, wrong move, like the best father you could ever ask for. Like he's never missed a moment, anything significant in my life. My father's been there always. But before I was born, I think he was just like living a crazy life with crazy people, and still there's craziness there, but he was always like he's the best dad, like, and the best grandfather, like absolutely, like, because he's like this tough guy. But I remember we were cleaning out my daughter's room when she got a little older. Maybe she was like 2 or 3, and we found like these stuffed animals, and they had little diapers on them. And I was like, who was putting diapers on the stuffed animals? And my stepmom was like, your father was practicing diapers while the baby was coming.
That's cute.
But he would never admit
How
to
did
that.
how did he react? Because it's always interesting. How did he react to like the story, the 9/11 story, like you telling it? He
when I started doing comedy, he was always like, whatever you want to do, like, I'll support you. So like he was like, obviously don't mention the real names of some of these guys. He's like, because I just, I don't want you to get in trouble. He's like, but whatever you want to do. So even like, because I was a physical therapist, so I had to get like a doctorate degree to become a physical therapist, because I told you my mother was all about education. So for her, she was like, you're not going to end in college, like you need to go through graduate school. So I went all the way to get it's funny too, it's just like, it's sometimes like I start telling stories and I'm like, oh, I remember this. My dad, first of all, it's a doctorate level program, so it's like you're with some like really ritzy kids, right? Like smart kids, whatever. And I applied myself. I think I got into the graduate program, like, I got in for, my grades were okay, my GPA was okay, but I think because I had played on teams and was like about teamwork, the dean took a chance on me and let me, I don't think I should have qualified for the doctorate level program, but I proved myself that I could do it because I had like a good GPA and just applied myself. So I was proud, and I was actually second in line to be the valedictorian. I tied.
Jesus.
I tied with, which is like crazy, because I was like, an idiot kid from Brooklyn that, talks like a fucking sewer cap. But then I have like a 3.9 GPA in a doctorate level program. So it was between me and this girl who was valedictorian, because we both are tied. And they were like, who do you want to give the speech? And I was like, look, the way I talk and look, I probably shouldn't give the speech, because I'm just people. Even when I was a physical therapist, I would be like, oh, hi, welcome, like, what's going on? They're like, are we going to see the real therapist, or are you the boss? When the first day of physical therapy school, the dean, nice woman, because it's a whole application process, so she didn't know exactly who I was yet. It was just names on a list. I showed up and I was like, oh, I'm looking for room 501. She was like, are you the maintenance crew? Are you here to clean because we had a spill? I was like, no, I'm a student. She was like, what's your name? And then just like looking, she was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then like, had to prove it. But at the...
Because you don't sound like one of our students.
No, she was like, you don't look like him. Yeah, you have a bag of cash. Like, that's just what I did always. I'm like, do I need this? And then so my dad is like, again, first of all, Chuck Schumer, talked at the thing. It was like a very like kind of religious, it was a public school, but they wanted to like make sure all the bases were covered. So you had Chuck Schumer, senator from New York, talking for like the Jews, and then you had a Catholic priest, like a cardinal, a bishop I met talking, and then you had a Muslim. What is it? A shaman? Not a shaman. An imam? What is it?
I don't even know.
Imam,
An
maybe?
Elon Omar? What is it?
Imam Omar.
I don't know what it is.
The
Ebony and Ivory.
And a Muslim priest,
Imam.
a Muslim high priest, a fucking sultan.
Yeah.
I don't know, but a good guy, a good Muslim kid, an imam.
Yeah, an
Imam. Okay.
So he starts to, and dude, there's like, it's like 1,000 people, and the imam starts doing a prayer in Muslim, and we're like very much like, I'm sitting with the student body, again, getting a doctorate degree, so it's prestigious, and
It's like in Arabic or something.
yeah, and it's in Arabic, and he's like, and then it waits till like it's dead silence, and my dad just yells out from the back, Hakuna Matata. And then people are like that, and I knew, and that's the thing, you had 500 people all turn around except me. I was looking straight because I knew it was my fucking dad, and I was like, nope. I'm just gonna keep looking straight ahead.
Yeah.
Just straight ahead.
There's something, by the way, it's a consistent thing you find.
Yeah.
Because I moved a lot.
Yeah.
There was always the kid with the eccentric dad.
Yes.
Who was always not amused.
No.
But everybody else was.
No.
Like one of my best friends in high school, his dad, when I met him, I met him in school, and I go to hang out. I go to his house, and his dad has a heavy accent, Cuban guy. He goes, "Are you here to pick up my little girl today?" And I go, "What?" And he's like, "My little girl. Are you here to pick her up?" And I go, "Yeah." And he comes out, and he's like, just straight face, and he's like, "Hey, I see you met my dad."
Yeah.
And he goes, and I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "What are you two little faggots going to do today?" And I was like, but as I'm laughing, he's just like, "Okay, Dad, good."
Yeah.
Like, and every time for 4 years, and actually, for the 20 cents, if I see him, his dad will call us something like retards or fat,
Sure,
and do a whole thing.
Yeah,
he sang a song calling us homos.
Yeah,
and every time my friend is straight faced.
Yeah,
and everybody else is dying
loving
laughing.
it.
Well, because even from like an early age, like you said, you were young when that happened. That happened when I was 27. But flashback, I was like 8. We were at my cousin's recital, and it was just me, my dad, and my cousin because our moms couldn't make it because they were working or something. So it was Saturday afternoon, the ballet is going on, the recital, and a bunch of 8 and 9-year-old kids and little girls doing it, and my cousin's up, and it's nice. I mean, I'm a kid. I'm like kind of paying attention. I don't really care. I'm just like dragged there, and my dad's there like reading the paper. He doesn't care. Same thing, back row. And then the like leader of the teacher of the ballet was like maybe like a 25-year-old woman, like really pretty woman from what I could remember. And it's like intermission. And I never forget. My dad's like, "Oh, this is nice. It's halftime." I never called it halftime. And it's like intermission, and it's like you can hear like a pin drop again, like dead silence, and she's like about to say something like, "Hey, like it's intermission," or whatever. And my dad just yells, I'll never forget, like it was like in slow motion. He goes, "Show your bush!" And then starts laughing at the other dads, and nobody's laughing.
No.
And I remember being a kid, like just like knowing, like
you're like, this is not right.
Yeah, like that's not. I was like, oh boy. And then like he would, but again, like the greatest father, like I can't explain to you, like such a great dad. Everything. I mean, he just wanted to make sure I had a good life, and it was like again, like right intentions, wrong move. Like he took me.
But isn't it so upsetting when nobody laughs? I mean, did anybody laugh at the Hakuna Matata? That was really funny.
Yeah, the Hakuna Matata. I don't remember if anybody laughed
because you go in. You probably had adrenaline shooting through your body.
State,
yeah. I mean, you're just like,
yeah, I do. My family members would laugh. Like my cousins knew who were there. Like they're like, it's fucking hilarious.
That's
Uncle
the best.
Tony.
To have an uncle.
Yeah.
The uncle doing that is the best.
I mean, it's just maniac guy, but again, like just really like well-intentioned man.
Chrissy, I told her show the bush.
Show the bush.
Look, you've known me for years, and you know what I value the most is therapy. I myself have been in therapy for a decade. It has changed my life, and I know sometimes it takes a long time before you get your stuff together and you go, not anymore. There's no excuse not to do therapy with Talkspace. I know even when money's tight, you're like, I don't want to invest in myself, but it should be at the top of your mind because mental health is a necessity, not a luxury. With Talkspace online therapy, you can connect with a licensed therapist for a fraction of the price of in-person therapy. Get matched with your perfect therapist from the comfort of your device and reach out 24/7 whenever something's on your mind, which is huge because you don't have to wait until your next appointment. Unlike in-person therapy sessions, Talkspace gives you 24/7 access to your online therapy room. It's affordable, and there's a huge network of therapists to choose from. And Talkspace is secure and private. The bottom line is we all need someone to talk to. Talkspace wants to give us the support we deserve at a price we can't afford. As a listener of this podcast, you get $100 off your first month on Talkspace. To match with your perfect therapist, go to Talkspace.com or download the app. Make sure to use the code YOURMOM to get $100 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's YOURMOM and Talkspace.com.
Oh my God! I was at Dwight Gooden's no-hitter in 1996, and we were at the game in like the upper deck, and my dad's like knows like Dwight Gooden's pitching a no-hitter, like and I'm a little kid. I'm just happy to be at the game with my dad, and my dad's like, we're not gonna fucking watch a no-hitter from up here. We got to go down behind home plate, and I'm like, well, we don't have tickets for that, He's like, just listen to everything I tell you to do. And it's like a swear to God, like true 100% story. This is like crazy. And I've told this story before, but it's like just like sometimes when I'm talking, it's like, oh, I forgot about that part, because it's just like certain things block out, and then certain things you're like, oh, this one happens.
So just to set it up, so for people, you're at a Major League Baseball game where a major event is a very rare thing is happening.
Yes.
You're in bad seats.
Yes.
And you want to get to the primo seats, and you're like, we don't have tickets, and your dad's like, follow my lead.
Also, yes. Also, I forgot about this part. Also, it's 1996. I'm in 6th grade. My father, I had a humongous science project due the next day that I did not complete in time. My father comes from Staten Island to pick me up for the game. My mother's like, Tony, I don't care what's going on. Again, no cell phones yet. I don't care what's going on. You leave after the 3rd or 4th inning. He needs to be home to wake up early tomorrow morning to finish the science project. Those are the rules. I don't care. He needs to come home, and do not give him any soda. As soon as my mother shuts the door, we get to the corner. My dad takes out a fucking Mountain Dew, the worst of all sodas.
Yeah.
Just takes it out, gives it to me.
Here you go, kid.
He goes, here you go. He goes, just obviously don't tell your mom. He goes, but I mean, she can't deprive you of everything. I mean, you're a kid.
Yeah.
So like we're drinking the Mountain Dew, and I'm fucking wired. I'm like ready to go. I'm like, I love my dad, And then I told my dad, it was like maybe like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, oh, it's like the 3rd or 4th inning. He goes, we'll stay one more inning, like whatever. Like we'll tell your mother's train problems. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay. So then it's like the 5th inning, 6th inning, 7th inning, and
Dwight Gooden
pitching the no-hitter, and my dad's like, she's going to understand. She's going to understand Dwight's pitching the no-no. I'm like, I don't think my mom knows what that is or cares. She doesn't like sports, or she hates you, and she doesn't like sports. So I feel like she's going to care, and it's going to get bad, but I'm 12 years old. I'm hanging with my dad. I'm on Mountain Dew and hot dogs and fucking having a great time with my dad. So I'm like, this is awesome. So he goes, just follow everything I tell you to do. So he's holding my hand, and as he's holding my hand, he goes, take your hat off, because we're in a Yankee hat. And I swear, he pushes my bangs down. I don't know what that means. Just pushes my bangs down, and he holds my hat. I'm like, okay. So we're going down, and then the security guard, this is, again, pre-9/11, so you could just walk around the stadium. So the security guard's there at the top of the seats that are going directly down behind home plate, and he sees 2 or 3 open seats. He goes, hey, I see 2 or 3 open down there. Can I just, it's my kid's fucking first game, and Dwight's pitching a no-no, like, you understand, and my dad's going to pull out cash, cash, and the security guard says, put your money away, that's not going to work on me. He goes, I understand. He goes, well, my kid's got special needs. I swear. And then I look up at him, like with like my mouth open, because I don't know what to do. And I swear, like, I didn't mean for this to happen. I was such in shock that some drool did come out of my chin. And then the security guard rubs me on my head and goes, have a good time, kid. And we sit down in these 2 seats. The row in front of me, it's like a 12-year-old's wet dream. I'm like, fuck. And then it's like a complex, though, because I'm like, do I look like I have special needs? Because nobody ever told me I did. But, like, it's like, I remember walking down the steps, like, what the fuck? And my dad's like, you did good. The drool was a good touch. And I'm like, I don't know what to say or do. And then the row in front of me. You did a good job. I swear to God, I don't know what to do. Dude, the row in front of me, the row fucking directly in front of me. I'm 12 years old, 1986. Mr. Perfect, the wrestler, Mr. Perfect, sitting in front of me. I loved the WWF. I was a kid. Mr. Perfect sitting right there. And I'm like, Dad, that's Mr. Perfect. And he's like, who's that? And I'm like, he's a wrestler, like my favorite wrestler. He says, oh my God. And then I'll never forget, he goes, yo, Perfect. Drop the mister. He goes, yo, Perfect. He goes, can my son get an autograph? And then Mr. Perfect says no. I swear, Mr. Perfect says no.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, and then like a few minutes.
This guy right here.
Yeah, Mr. Perfect. Yeah. And then a few minutes go by, and my dad taps him on the shoulder again and goes, Perfect, Kid's got special needs. I swear to God. And then I got the autograph. And it's one of those things where people are like, you make that up for a bit. Like it's too. And I'm like, no. You have to understand. I didn't want to do comedy. My therapist was the one who suggested it when I was in my mid-20s. He was like, you ever think about doing comedy?
Are you serious?
I swear to God. He was like Dr. Feidelberg in Brooklyn. He was like, I just think like you're a personable guy and you should tell some of these stories, because I would tell them not in a funny way, and the Feidelberg would be like telling them, be like, it really hurt me.
Kids got special needs.
Your kids got special needs. I was like, it kind of bothered me that my dad would say that to me, or
It feels insulting.
Like I love history. Like I have a podcast now, the
History Hyenas.
History Hyenas. And
you and Giannis, right?
Me and Giannis Papas, we both love history so much. We come from different parts of Brooklyn, but we love history so much. But for so long, I was suppressing that. Because my dad would just fucking say, like, in a loving way, like, history's for homos. Like, that's what he would say. Like, even when I said the history hyenas, he was like, the history homos, no? And I was like, yeah, it's hyenas. So all these things about me that I just thought were, like, I thought it was gay between my dad and his friends and my Brooklyn, all my friends are cops, firemen, garbage men, criminals, like old school New York guys that are loving, great guys.
Yeah.
But it's just like I thought if you had knowledge or if you wanted to go to school, it was like, that's, you might as well be sucking dick. Yeah. So I was just suppressing it all and just pushing it down and be like, okay, I'm not gay.
Knowledge is for homos.
Yeah, because it would be like everybody dropped out. Like, like even when I got my doctorate degree, like I remember one of my friends, like he didn't get it. He was like, I don't understand. You fucking went to college. Like, you just went to the college, and now you're going to another college. Like, it's stupid. We go back-to-back colleges. I'm like, I'm getting a doctorate degree. He's like, but are you a fucking real doctor? I was like, no, I'm a physical therapist. Yeah. He was like, can you write me prescriptions? And I was like, why do you want to know? He's like, I just want some Xanax. It's fucking street value.
Now,
like,
you must have, your dad's friends, there must have been some wild friends hanging out, like your dad's friends.
Oh,
right? Like Bobby Pets.
All those. Yeah, like barbecues. I didn't realize, like, when you ever go to a barbecue at my father's house in the 90s, like, so much fun, like characters. I do a joke about it in I did David Letterman. Another story. Fucking there. If you ever watch my David Letterman set, you don't have to. But the only reason I'm bringing it up is because about 3 minutes into the biggest set of my life at that time, for sure. You see like me look up and then look down and then like get back into the set. And it's because my father, mother, and one of my friends from home and my aunt were there, like, and my stepmom, my core family members and friends. My dad, in the middle of the set, decides that my mom is the one sitting center. And he was like, you weren't, and my friend told me after, he's like, there was a commotion that you could hear because it's pin drop silence where my dad was arguing with my mother that they should switch seats and he should be center, and if he's going to look up in the crowd to see him. And then my friend was like, yeah, because Lynn, you weren't at his first show at the Maui Taco. I was. And they're arguing about it, and my mother
during the
Letterman set, that the ushers came down the aisle because they don't fuck around.
Yeah.
The ushers came down the aisle and were like, like my friend was like, the flashlight, like, hey, because they know who's sitting where. They're like, hey, we know that's your kid. If you don't stop, we will throw you out. And then my dad was just like, like looked ahead, like pissed off. And my mother was just like, and like I heard that commotion, but that's just how.
That's why you look up.
That's why I look up, because I heard it and I was like, oh boy.
And you knew what it was?
I knew what it was, but again, like that's like wrong of my dad, but he's just like, I'm just fucking so proud that that's my kid.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's but I tell a story a bit on Letterman about one of my dad's friends. They were like, I always noticed, and it's just like a true thing. I always noticed that they always had like companies that I knew weren't real. That's how I knew like there was some illegal activity going on, because I was like, there's not a real company. Because one of my dad's friends, he had a company. I made up like nickname for him for the show, but the truth is that he would sell like, like on fences, like there's little parts like excess wire. Yeah. He told me once that's what his company goes. You ever go in a fence in a nice neighborhood? There's little twisty things on top of the fucking pipes.
I make those.
That's what I do. I sell the twisties. Then I had another guy tell me that he put buttons on top of hats. He's like, I got a company, we do buttons on top of hats.
It's called button hats.
Whatever it was. And I just, as a kid, like I was like, this is funny. But it was like they were making up these shell companies.
What's funny though, do they make it so uninteresting? Like that you're like, when you're on an airplane back in the day and someone's like, what do you do for a living? The last thing you say is comedian.
No,
like, I'm
never.
a fucking button maker. I put the buttons. And is that why you think they came up with such silly?
Pen caps?
Yeah.
I make those.
Fucking pen cap.
Pen on the
so
cap.
nobody wants to hear it.
I think because, my mom, it's very different lives. Like Monday to Friday was my mom, all about education. We're working on our words. We're pronouncing our R's. We're going to be kind of socially acceptable. And then weekends with my dad on Staten Island was just free for all, whatever you want. Fucking let's go crazy. Sports, whatever, you're going to be a man, that type of stuff. So my mother would always say, like, like when you go into a party, introduce yourself, ask a question, show you're interested, all that stuff. So I would just like, thought that applied to everyone. But I remember like one of my dad's friends, I was like, oh, hey, what do you do for a living? And I remember he said, what are you writing a fucking book report? He's like, this kid's writing he's like, Tony. And then I never forget, he says to me, he goes, Tony, I mean, these fucking kids, you talking to the feds too? This fucking kid, and I was like, you're like, I'm just saying hi. I was like, it's like my birthday party. I'm just welcoming. And, and then they would go into that. And then, I remember it's
always a good sign, by the way, if you just ask someone like one question, like what's with the questions?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just asking you like one fucking question.
I was like, it's my first question.
Yeah.
Like, this kid's writing a fucking book report. and then it was like, then they would joke around, like after, like they always tap me down for a wire, which was like funny to them, and they would laugh. I'd be like, I feel like, what the fuck, They were like, this kid's wearing a wire, and then, but it was kidding. But then I kind of like was always on the fence. I was like, I don't know if they are, and I don't ask any questions. I don't care. Like I love being with my dad, and he's a great guy and whatever. But then it was maybe like 2000. I don't remember the exact year. Maybe 2007. Humongous sting operation in New York where they arrested like 130 members of the Mafia. Like it was the biggest. They had to rent out a gymnasium to like and bring a judge in because it was this huge sting operation that like effectively put like the final nail in like the old school Mafia's coffin after Giuliani instituted RICO Act. It took like 15 years for everybody to start to go away, but this was like the kind of thing. And then it was on the news. They showed all the guys, like the mugshots. And like 15 of them were at my dad's barbecue throughout the years. I was like, okay, so now I know. Yeah. Now I don't even know. It's like all these guys.
Like, I know these
guys. That guy. I'm like, here we go. So, but yeah, I mean, again, just a fucking like the greatest dad in the world.
Wild, dude.
Even like stories like that aren't really even like, because I just feel like it's like unfair in like these times now where like the woke police will just like want to persecute someone. It's like very like fascist where they're like, if you don't agree with me, you're like the worst person. Like my dad, like anything my dad said around like some woke person, I mean, would be like, what the fuck? Like, my dad would not get a Netflix special right now, like they would be like, no, and no. Not happening.
No.
But like in 2012 when Hurricane Sandy happened, ravaged New York, destroyed New York, especially Staten Island where my dad lives. And on the coast there were like these little bungalows where like a lot of like, like Latinos lived, and it was like kind of like low income housing, but it was mostly Latinos living there. And my dad every day would rent a U-Haul truck or whatever, help them unload stuff in and out of the truck, get them on their feet for 2 weeks. He had a family in his house because his house wasn't really damaged, in his basement, let them live, would take the kids to and from school every day, but he was still my dad. So like, for example, like the leader of the family, the father, his name was Jose. My dad would call him Juan. He's like, Juan, you want some Bustelo? We don't have Bustelo. He'd be like, hide the silverware. You're not going to steal my forks, fucking Pedro. I'm like, the kid's name is Jason, but like the act, so, like the intentions were, I'm going to help this. So you would talk to the family and they'd be like, still, they're like, your dad is like our hero.
I feel like reasonable people get that is just the layers of human beings.
Right.
That you're like, there's a guy who's doing great things and he makes off-color comments and jokes.
Right.
And it's only like in today's world where people make the biggest deal about the comments and then discard the act.
The
of
behavior.
Like,
Look at people's behavior. That's how you judge a man, not by...
Well, that's what I feel too. Like,
stupid
I'm
phrase.
kind of realizing too, I don't know if you guys are realizing it, like there's also like an entitlement in being a victim too.
Oh,
like
boy,
being a victim is like, you're just as entitled.
That's a job for some people.
And you're just as narcissistic as the people that you claim to hate. If you hate Trump or you hate anybody in power, you're like, everything being, it's like life is not easy. There's different,
for everybody.
There's different phases, and every group of human beings, every decade we have to deal with a new crisis. That's just what life is. But it's like, if you're going to sit here and say that 2020 is worse than the 1800s in New York, it's like you're being a victim, you're being entitled to being narcissistic. It's like, stop. Really understand like how good things are even in the midst of a pandemic as compared to the 1800s or 1900s. It's absurd. But most people, if you say that, they're like, fuck you. So it's like, it's just a little like exhausting now where I'm like, I like people in the middle. I like centrist people. I'm like, if you're taking a fucking stand on one side or the other, I'm just like, you're probably too much for me. Like I need to know I'm Chrissy down the middle, I'm Chrissy gray zones.
Yeah.
So which way is it going to go? You know, that's what I like.
I think most reasonable people are.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
obviously-
reasonable.
Yeah. Do the right thing in November. You know, do the right thing. Make America great again. No, keep it great. No,
I'm glad you mentioned it.
Trump 2020. No, no, I actually don't know.
Vote for the Donald. Trump is the man. Let's put our nation into his hands. Mike Pence and Donald make a great team. They'll make our nation the greatest it's been. They've got the wisdom, courage, and pride. Criminal Clinton ought to go hide. They know our borders leak like a sieve. They'll build a wall that's high and strong, and it's not gonna give.
Well, there's more of that, but you understand.
Well, did we finish the wall or not?
It's coming.
Very patriotic.
Very
Fucking
patriotic.
wall.
Hand over
This
the
guy's
heart.
a great guy.
No,
great
he's
guy.
a great guy. Nice chain too. Jesus is fucking height and weight in gold on a chain like that. Something my dad would wear.
With a Yankees batting practice jersey on.
Oh my God, yeah. That's all that guy would wear. And fucking suit jacket, sweatpants.
Oh,
you know?
good. My kind of
Did you know
fashion.
we moved to Florida when I was 14 and I got my hair cut. I ever tell you this by a really Italian New York guy named Silvio, okay? And he had a heavy accent. And he would take 2 hours to cut my hair because he would go like clip, clip, and he'd step back and just talk.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
Oh,
nothing I
no.
fucking tell you.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And he would talk. And I found him like so entertaining.
Sure.
And over time, you know, I get to know this guy's cut my hair 1 year, 2
Yeah.
years. So I'm like, you know, I always start pressing questions, right?
Yeah.
Like, so when did you move down here?
Yeah.
And he's like, happened like 98 or
What are
something
you,
like
the
that.
police?
No, and he's like, and he's a real sweet guy. And then one day, just through all the Italian stories and stuff, and I go, did you ever know any like mob guys up there? He just stopped and he was like, yeah. And I go, what did you know him? He's like, and he just, one day he just tells me, he goes, so this crew used to use my shop as a meeting place because they needed a place that wasn't compromised. And I go, so how did it work? He goes, a guy would just come in and say, we need to talk here. And then I would go for a walk. And then when I came back, they would be gone and there would just be cash on the table. And I was like,
Wow.
no shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, I'm a high school kid. I was like, that's awesome. He's like, yeah, it's fucking terrifying, man.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, so why did you move down here though? And he's like,
What do you
because.
think?
Yeah. You got to get away.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he moved down to Florida just to get away from that. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I would too. That's
Anytime you ask like an old Italian man, or I would say it's mostly Italian, if they're like from New York and you ask them, oh, what'd you do for a living? And if they say many things, you know, they're telling you that I'm in the mafia. That's
Yeah.
like the little code.
Yeah.
They say many things. That's how you know.
I had a
Yeah.
friend whose dad was into crimes that was Latin. And
Okay.
so in the Latin world, what they say when you know they're definitely a criminal, import export.
Yeah,
So if
that's
you go down to
Miami.
Miami and you're like, what's your
Yeah.
dad doing? They're like,
Import,
"Hey,
export."
import export. You're like, what? What do you import and export though? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, what does
goods,
that
like
mean?
Yeah.
clothes, and they're like all types of things.
All time.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Drugs.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Import export. Good.
Yeah.
That's could you have a more vague description of your job?
Just import, export.
Import export.
That's true. 'Cause
Yeah.
My dad was always friends with these old school Hungarians that were like missing knuckles. And
Sure.
One guy, he's dead now. He would do this thing where he would refill ink cartridges.
Okay.
Like he would get them out of dumpsters and then refill them and sell them as new.
Yeah.
And he made millions of dollars doing this. And then he would make it all off the books. He had no social security
Sure.
number. Anyway, he ended up getting cancer in Miami and couldn't get health insurance because he had no social security number, couldn't get anything, and had to pay cash for all of his cancer treatments, and like basically lost all the money from being a
From
criminal.
all his crimes. It's real sad.
Which sucks for
you
him.
really want to keep
you know
your,
what I mean?
your cash
Yeah.
from your crimes.
Yeah. Just want to
And then
keep
you had
it all.
then there was that one hungo that I met at a party who
Hungo.
was like, we were like, somebody made the comment, like he had the slim waist.
know
and they're
exactly
like,
what you're
they're
talking
like,
about.
they're
I'm not
like
gonna say his
looking
name.
good. He goes, one apple. 1 apple a day. I'm like, that's what you eat? He's like, all day.
He goes, for lunch, I have an apple. That's it.
That's all,
it.
And, he goes, and that's all you need. I'm like, that's not all I need, dude.
Yeah.
That's all
like,
you need.
no.
I'm skinny.
He's
I need
like,
a lot
he's
more.
Like, do you want to lose weight? Eat one apple.
I've had
Drink
3 Starbucks pumpkin scones this morning. 3. They're 500 calories each. Chrissy bitch hips.
Chrissy bitch hips.
Yeah. Dude. I need to fucking eat.
Yeah.
I just gotta eat shit.
I get angry.
I feel like your dad would be a fan of Dan Pena. Do you know Dan Pena?
Oh my God.
No.
This is Dan Pena.
Talk about
Why
business
do I
coach.
treat everybody like shit? And why have I been so fucking successful over these 25 years? Because it fucking works. And the reason you're here, you snowflake cunts, is because nobody treated you like shit. Tough love works. You fucking weenies.
Oh, I love this guy.
Yeah, he's the best.
I mean, that guy, like, literally, that's a guy for me.
Yeah, me
Just,
too.
you know, that's a guy for me. I don't care. It's like what political affiliations. Like, I'm just looking at him as a human being. That's a guy for me.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Dan, you got the money. Okay.
I got a few, Bob, yeah.
Okay. You support Trump? You do?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I was one of the first endorsers, public endorsers of President Trump.
What are you guys going to do when our ocean level rises?
Oh, God.
Thank you for asking that question. I have the answer.
No, let me finish.
I have the answer.
Let me finish.
Thank you for the question. Yeah.
Okay. For the first time on Earth, we're changing the gas.
Now you're full of shit. Sit down. I'm going to answer you. I'm going to answer. Just shut up and sit down.
No way.
Sit down.
No.
I live for
Let's
this
just
guy.
take Florida, for example, which is one of the fastest growing.
I just love it.
This guy's a 10 out of 10.
Oh, he's amazing.
Hanging out with losers. Wasting your time with people that mean
Correct.
nothing to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
That's one of your top
It is.
3 pieces.
Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You want to know why you're all fucked up? Just look at the fucking bums you hang around with.
Dude, it's authentic.
It's totally authentic.
That's what I'm drawn to. Is it's fucking real.
He's a real guy.
Yeah.
This is why you're fucking poor. You're a cunt, Brian, not me.
I love it.
Isn't he the best?
I can't believe I've never heard of this guy.
Oh, he's
Dan
an
Pena.
Has anyone ever said,
castle.
fuck you, Dan Pena, I'm walking out the door?
No, I've thrown a couple out, but nobody's ever said that. No, I take that back. One Romanian walked out the door because he said I was making fun of him, calling him a gypsy, a Roma. But then when we came back in the afternoon, he was sitting in the library. And I thought you left. He says, no, you were right. You're right.
I'll be the first if I walk.
Yeah, if you walk, there'll be plenty of cunts here, but you may be the first cunt to walk out.
There's Dan.
Sweetest guy too.
Have you guys ever had him on the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we had lunch with him.
We had lunch with him.
Yeah.
one
Is he
day.
just same
a wonderful guy?
He's actually, like he is authentically the same guy. I remember I was like, hey, I was like, can I get some, you're a business coach, so can I get some business advice? And he's like, yeah, what about? And I go, what's like a good advice for me? Like, he's like, well, like, how do you make most of your money?
Yeah.
And I go, touring, doing stand-up shows. He goes, do more fucking shows.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that the advice? And he was like, yeah, make more money, do more shows, fuckface. And I was like, all right, thanks, man.
Yeah. No, but business-wise, you guys are fantastic with the business.
Yeah.
I mean, fantastic, like absolutely admirable and inspirational. Like even the live show, streaming shows.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do one. I'm doing one on October 23rd, 8 p.m., ChristyComedy.com. But I was like, man, like watching the way you guys promo and all that stuff, I'm like, that's like, you guys are obviously excellent at the show, but the business part, which I think a lot of us forget in entertainment, is like, that's
important.
Way as important, maybe more, where I'm like, man, like fucking, that's what we got to do. So I've been trying to focus more on that. Like, how do I got to like bring people to, that's why I've been on Patreon a lot, because I feel like, man, if they can cancel anybody out here, like we got to have a place where it's like, I want to be able to say whatever the fuck I want. And if the person wants to pay $5 for it, they can pay $5 for it,
Well, good. And because the gatekeepers of this business are no longer the gatekeepers.
No,
they have no more power. No manager, no agent, no executive is going to get fired in 2 fucking weeks is going to control you anymore. And they're good riddance. You can do it all yourself. You don't need them.
I feel like the algorithm is the gatekeeper now.
That's right.
That's right. And it's smart of you to be doing that stuff and doing your live stream and everything. Yeah.
I'm doing the live stream. And
what's your live stream? Is it a stand-up live stream or just like
stand-up?
Okay.
I was going to do stand-up but
where are you going to do it?
Wall Street Theater, Norwalk, Connecticut.
And you're going to stream it.
Stream it. So there's
That's
100,
awesome.
only 100 people allowed in the theater. Those tickets are sold out. But then, on my website, you can stream.
That's great.
I can get as many in as whatever,
Yeah.
50,000 seats, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to give people an opportunity. If I've never come to your city or all over the world, I mean anywhere. So
Do it.
Keep it up for 48
And
hours.
where can people get the tickets for that?
ChrisDcomedy.com.
ChrisDcomedy.com.
Yeah, and then actually we just did an episode on the History Hyenas podcast. It's about this guy Clarence King, who's we call him the original Sean King, because Sean King, you guys know Sean King. It's it's
activist,
but he's clearly white. He's just saying he's black. We did a whole episode.
And by the way, every time that anything happens, and he says something, all of Black Twitter just goes, "Fuck this piece of shit."
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
Yeah,
you're like, what?
Dude, I don't care. The only problems I have is okay, you want to start. If you're starting something with a lie, it's a problem. But it's hey, if you're doing good for the community, great. But it's a lot of times he'll lie and incite shit, and you're like, that's the issue I have with you, dude. Yeah. But so we found this guy Clarence King, who pretty much just liked this. He was a white guy, and then he just saw a black woman walking towards him in the 1920s and was like, there's no way this girl's going to go out with me if I say I'm white. So he just introduced himself as a black man. He was like, hey, I'm black. Here's my name. And then they got married 10 years later. But if you Google the picture, Clarence King, this guy looks like you. We were calling him funny.
What?
I was calling him Tom Segura on the podcast.
Let's see.
Yeah, Clarence King. Google Clarence King and then just images. One of the pictures, we thought, look at that. That one, the third one in. I was like, that looks like Tom Segura a little bit.
Tommy.
Yeah, so Clarence King.
Yeah.
And I was like, there he is.
There you are.
And to see that's an episode that
my God, the hairline.
We put it out. Yeah, we black.
I'm black, and if you're black, I would like to have sex with you too.
Yeah. It's just a fascinating thing. That's what our podcast is. We just find things in history.
That's fat. So this dude, that's really what happened.
He just literally walked. But then,
and then go to the picture to the right there, because that must be him and the lady.
That's
right?
him and his lady.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. But he had to.
What city was he in?
I think I'm forgetting now. I think it was either Ohio or New York. Or
why is he notable? Why is there a wiki of him?
Because he at the end of his he had a wife. He had a white wife and 3 white kids, and then married this woman. His black wife, and had kids with her. And it was only on his deathbed did he ever say, "Hey, I'm white. I've never been black." Because back then, in that time, in this time, because the white man was so on top, you just had to believe what he said. So if I'm a white man saying, "Hey, guess what? I'm black," as a black woman, or you have to just pretty much be
go with it.
Yes, because if not, you could be trouble in your life.
Yeah.
So but he was but for the most part, black women wouldn't date black men. They'd be black women wouldn't date white men. So he just made a split-second decision. He was this girl's got is hot.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just say I'm black for the rest of my life.
So he left his white wife and
no, he had his white wife and kids, and he would go on business trips back home.
Go back and forth.
But the controversy was at the end of his life, on his deathbed, he left his inheritance. He had a lot of money. He left it to the black wife because he really fell in love with her and loved her, and she never got the money. And 30 years later, but we just did the first Sean King, because we was Clarence King, Sean King.
Yeah, that's his great granddad.
We just always thought it was a funny thing.
That's very funny.
But episodes like this, we did a lot of it on YouTube, but then when we really started getting fucking nuts and wild, we just put it on Patreon.
That's the way to do it.
So that's just what we do.
That's the way to do it.
And all on Patreon, we're doing a morning show there every Wednesday, just saying wild shit about the news. We do a conspiracy show. We do
you guys have good chemistry.
We feed it. Giannis and I try to feed it. So it's patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys if you guys want to check it out and support. And because I just feel then you become invincible. I feel you guys can't be canceled. Andrew Schultz and Tim Dillon, these guys can't. None of it can be canceled. Yeah. So I want that. Even now I'm doing a pilot for True TV. And I asked them, I was like, have you guys listened to some, I've said wild shit on my podcast, wild nuts fucking shit. And they were like, yeah, we listen. We don't care. And if the show gets on the air, we'll deal with it then. But even that, I'm like, well, if you were going to cancel me, it kind of almost helps in a weird way, even though I don't want to go through that. It's because then people would say I've only come with things from love. If I was going to make a racist joke, it's because it's a joke. I love people. I'm from New York. We love everybody. But this cancel culture shit, I'm happy to have a place where it's even if you took it all away from me,
protected there.
My fans would be no, we're strong. We're your base.
Yep.
So
they will. And they will.
Yeah,
they will.
dude.
I hope so.
I heard you bitches was looking for me.
Oh, what's this? Okay.
Have you been on TikTok? Are you on there?
Well, no. I won't do anything to support the Chinese.
Red,
white, blue, Chris A. White, blue, Chris A. No, I am on TikTok. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So Christina
Curate.
curates talks, what she likes to call dark talks, not
Okay.
the ones that they want you to see, not
Right.
people doing fun dances and making cupcakes. This is the other
real
lane,
talk.
the real TikTok.
Let's see it.
And we just check them out every week.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm sorry about my hair, and all that, but I did my yoga this morning, and just so you know, that's part of my 3 workouts that you get when you buy my workout plans, and it is really great. It stretches me out. It gets me motivated for the day. You should get it, guys. Come on and get your yoga workout today.
That is a good sales pitch.
Remember, guys, you are worth it.
You're worth
God
it.
You're worth
bless.
it.
Thank
Peace
you.
out.
Peace out.
Thank you.
Third workout of the day, man.
I like it, dude. He looks Amish.
Yeah, he does. And first thing I think when I see him is like, this guy knows how to work out.
100%.
Well, you want to do your workout ad laying down on a bed.
Yeah.
That really shows people
The third
see, like-
workout today.
so energized.
But I'd be more inclined to support this guy.
Yeah.
I would
you
support
should.
this guy. I'm like, this fucking guy seems all right. I'm not going to get anything from a workout class anyway. I just like, you either do it or you don't do it. I eat
Okay.
too many black and white
Well,
cookies.
I'll tell you,
You
this
can-
later on.
Sure.
I'll let you know. I got one of his workouts.
Okay.
And I'll share it with you after. Okay.
Thank you. I
think-
appreciate it.
I think it's probably better off the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to give away
You wanna give
something
away.
he charges for free.
Yeah, yeah.
Secrets.
Can't wait to get ripped.
He's also got a sale for military, police, and firefighters. They get $5 off.
As they should.
Yes. Very, very cool.
I
of
just
him.
wanted to update you guys on his career and how.
Thanks a lot for pulling that.
Yeah.
You got it, guys.
I'd like to.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got it.
Good morning, my queen. You are very stunning. Thank you for the compliment, and you have a wonderful day. You're the queen of the day.
Ugh. I love that it says we love a non-pedophilic king.
Well, don't forget, hello, my 18 and above.
Yeah, this guy
queens.
sometimes makes it clear that he's like, "Good morning, my 18 plus queens." Like,
Which is important in 2020.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes.
He's
He's taking full credit.
I
for
like that
being
guy.
Yeah.
Non-pedophilic.
I'm trying
Okay.
to. I think.
Yeah.
Is it here? Is this
There,
it?
that's the original one.
There
yeah,
we
the
go.
dark one.
Yeah.
The dark one.
Good morning, my queens above 18.
Yes.
You got the king.
He makes it real clear.
And he
Like,
rhymes it. Yeah.
My queen's above 18.
Queen teen.
Yeah. Did you find out, by the way, what was going on here? Do you
Here's
know?
something to think about.
Do you know?
When you drink alcohol,
Oh my God.
your liver will deteriorate. And after that, you're going to be on dialysis.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's it.
That's exactly how my dad put my bangs at the Yankee game. That's what I felt like for about a month after. I was like looking at them like this was me when I was 12.
That is one of the funniest things.
That
ever,
is the
right?
distinct haircut.
Kids special needs.
Yeah.
Kids special needs. I mean, this TikTok.
And they're like, enjoy the game.
Yeah. Dude, my dad fucking, so he was like with all like the defund the police thing. Like they had a march in Bay Ridge, which is like fucking crazy part of Brooklyn, like outskirts, like it's probably like a red, votes red area. But it was so funny, dude. Like they tried to fucking do like a little protest through Bay Ridge and it just didn't work there to defund the police. And then the Bay Ridge guys came out with signs that said, refund the police. They were like, refund them. Give them more fucking money. I say we pay him double time. And then the people just like laughed.
They laughed.
Yeah, my dad. It's just funny to just watch people leave, you know?
Well, this whole thing now, everything now is like theatrics, though.
Oh, sure.
It's really for show. Like, I don't know how many people really.
No. People are bored as fuck.
Yeah.
Right now.
They're bored out of their minds.
I cannot get turned on or stay interested if there is no power play or fight for power, either in the streets or in the sheets. I need both. Otherwise, I'm just going to get bored and I'm going to overpower you. And no, I need to be bullied as well. And I need you to fight me.
Don't you love her? I just
Pretty
love
cool
her.
chick.
Is she being serious?
Yeah. She's a lesbian on TikTok and she's always putting these cool like
Right.
what? I just
Yeah.
love it. I just think she's absurd putting it out there like that. But
No, I mean, this to me was always like, I know she's a lesbian, but like in a straight woman, that type of like, I need you to fuck with me psychologically.
Yeah.
Was always a turnoff. Of
What
like,
do you
know,
mean?
Like,
Not a red flag?
I need to make sure you play games if
Yeah.
we are together. It's like,
Psychotic.
I thought
okay.
when the video started, I thought it was Tony Hinchcliffe.
She could kick Tony's ass. Let's
She
be
probably
honest.
could, yeah.
Easily.
Oh my God.
If you can't handle me and my pathological need for both validation and affection, you don't deserve me at my also pathological need for extremely rough and kinky sex.
Oh, they're a great match. It's too bad she's gay.
I love this guy.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot. These millennials are just demanding shit from people. Like, it's
He's
just,
one of the most terrifying guys I think we've ever featured.
His arms are so long.
Man, I know.
Shockingly long arms.
Also, the complete, total lack of emotion in his
Yeah.
eyes. It's a little off-putting.
He's dead inside, yeah.
Right? He's like,
no blinks.
Yeah, fucking nuts.
if you my need, I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting approach to dating. I mean, you really just put it out there. Those are very specific needs.
The look in the eyes, and
Someone's gonna
also
answer.
to stay the completely monotone.
Yeah,
during
let's
the entire
see it
speech.
again. I want to see it. And in the shower. He's doing
If
it in
you
the...
can't handle me and my pathological need for both validation and affection, you don't deserve me at my also pathological need for extremely rough and kinky sex.
Wow.
There it is.
God, I know that nose piercing also it's really
It's like right in the middle.
that's
just right there.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you go to the you go drill it right fucking here.
But, and he's like 15 years old. What does he know about his kinky sex?
But like
and
a guy
shit?
like this like leaves an impression on people. Like, have you ever been in the presence of like a true sociopath?
Yeah.
Like a dead inside person? I haven't, but my aunt tells this fucking, the way she told the story to us once, where we were like, what? So her husband is originally from Utah, okay? And his sister, when she was like, I don't know, 16, no, not 16, 19 in like the 70s, goes on a date with this guy. And my aunt's just like telling us a story, goes on a date with this guy. And he's like, you know, she's on the date with this guy. And she's just like, there's like a sociopathic look in his eyes. Like he's dead inside. Like he picked her up and it's weird. And she's just like, I just feel extremely uncomfortable. Like I cannot explain. I'm just shivering with fear. I don't want to be here anymore on the date. Because she would ask him questions and she was like, it would like bounce off him and he'd give like a programmed response, like robotic in the 70s. And she was like, I was very uncomfortable with it. And so she called her brother, my aunt's husband, to come pick her up. And he was like, okay. So comes, picks her up. They go back, no problem. Her brother is going out the next morning at like 6:30 in the morning for like his paper route or something like that, the job that he had. And the guy on the date from the night before runs out of the bushes. So he was waiting at the house to like do something, whatever. And it's like so creepy and weird. And like, it stayed with this woman for so long. 5 years later, whatever, it was fucking Ted Bundy.
No.
It was Ted Bundy. She went out on a date with Ted fucking Bundy. And to this day, never, she said, when you're ever in the presence of a sociopath, you know. She was like, I never in a million years, she's like, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just looking through me at the way that I felt so violently uncomfortable. And it was fucking Ted Bundy. He already killed women at that time and like was 100% just going to kill this lady. Which I was like, how sick is that? And that when I looked at that guy, I just thought of that Ted Bundy story. I was like, that's like a little It's like a gender fluid Ted Bundy.
Yeah. He's got
this
strong
guy
Bundy
for
vibes.
sure. If you were like, when you come in bed and like just cut me open, he'd be like, okay,
okay,
no problem,
okay. Yeah, but I mean, that's
really crazy, man.
Yeah, she was telling us that story, and we were like, wow, this is like, we were on the edge of our seats. We were like crazy. And then she was like, and guess who it was?
Guess
Ted Bundy.
How about that?
Yeah, she was like, Ted Bundy. Turkey's done.
What a way, kid. You've just entered Black Country TikTok. So mind how you go and keep out the off-road.
This one's a master of accents. Can you understand what the fuck just happened there?
Very small bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
I thought he was having a stroke.
Yeah,
that's what I thought the TikTok was.
Oh, what a way, kid. You've just entered Black Country TikTok. So mind how you go and keep out the off-road.
Mind how you go and keep out the off-road?
I don't know.
But you've just entered Black Country TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
I would not think Black Country TikTok would be that guy. I'd be like, it's not that. It's a
Who's
bunch of
scarier?
Yeah.
That guy or the kinky teenager?
Kinky teen. All the way kinky teen.
Running into the kinky teen outside that house would be the ultimate fear thing.
You're like, hey, Chrissy.
Hey, Chrissy.
Hi.
Oh, fuck me so hard.
Are you ready to push me psychologically?
Hey, what's up? I'm Jimmy Creech. I'm just looking for a pen pal or a friend or maybe more. If you're feeling the vibe, then hit me up at jpay.com. All right, peace out.
There you go.
Well, I'm from Idaho, originally from California.
Oh.
What's up? Hit me up. Currently incarcerated. Need some friends. Ha ha.
Need some friends.
This guy needs a Patreon.
Yeah. Well, this is cool. So this is a TikTok, prison love and friendship, and you can hook up with inmates and
Dude,
become
and
their
by the
buddy.
way, there's nothing better. If you're out there and you're just looking to connect with somebody, hit up JPay, James Creech here.
James Creech. He's from
Nice.
California, so we can talk about Cali stuff.
You can talk
which
about
is kinda
California
cool.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
The shirt comes off for this one.
Here we go.
Oh. Whoa. What's this, Floyd Mayweather's TikTok?
Woo!
There it is.
Fire.
That was really good.
That was good, dude. Those are sweet tits.
I mean,
Those are big ones.
I thought the UFC fight was the best fighting I'd seen in a while, but that was pretty good. I'm gonna send this to Rogan. If you don't mind, give me this file. It's really good.
Do you think Roman? I would love to hear his commentary.
You know, I can send it to. I'll send it to Izzy. I'll send it to Israel and be like, "Do you think
Okay.
you could fight this guy?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And see what he says.
See what he says.
I just love how he's like, take my shirt off for this one.
Yeah.
Like he's really doing some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think like you could like last like 10 seconds with like Mike Tyson?
No.
No, right?
No.
I know. I don't know that I could.
Even now, he's
No.
53, and
yeah.
Here's the thing. I mean, you could maybe last 10 seconds of not getting hit. Like you know,
Right.
you could like if you're an athletic dude, you could maybe. But if he's landing, even if you're blocking and he's landing body shot, couple hooks, it's going to be over real fast.
That's the thing with me too. Is like people are always like, "Oh, you're athletic." It's a mirage, dude. I mean, I played ball, but ever since then, dude, it's leading man face, best friend body. That's how I roll through these streets. I auditioned for like a Marvel movie, and they're like, take your shirt off. It was like a good audition. They're like, put it back on. I was like, yeah, it's just a letdown. But now I don't care. Now I'm just in a relationship.
But the
I don't
fighting
care.
is so much crazy. Like fighting is insane with when it comes to athleticism.
Yeah.
Because athletic people will think like they can fight sometimes. And you're like, do you have a background in fighting? And they're like, no. And you're like, why do you think that you'll just be able to fight? Like, it's one thing to be like, I fought a dude who said some shit to me, but like against a trained fighter, they're gonna fucking destroy you.
One of my friends, Russ, got fucking annihilated this summer in Long Beach, New York. Got into a humongous fist fight, got his fucking ass kicked because he popped off. They were drunk. He popped off on someone, and he thought he could handle himself because he had taken a month of cardio kickboxing.
Yeah, no,
it's
dude.
like cardio kickboxing.
No.
That shit my mom does.
Yeah,
you just got your ass handed to you.
I was in a boxing gym where there was like a class, and then there's a couple rings there. So in the ring is a 19-year-old junior Olympian, right?
Oh boy,
and he's just warming up. He's jumping rope, pop, pop, pop. He's working mitts, and then one of the kids who's been like side by side with us, and we're doing drills. Whatever. They're like, Tony, like, you want to jump in with him? And I'm like, you're gonna jump in with this junior Olympian? And I didn't know that this kid who was like side by side doing drills with us in class was like a prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
He gets in there and is like going toe to toe with this junior Olympian, and I go, wait, how old is this kid? Like this badass who's been 15.
Whoa,
he's 15 years old, and it was in that was the moment where I was like, this 15-year-old without a doubt could fuck me up beyond recognition. A sophomore in high school could beat the fucking shit out of me.
Didn't Mike Tyson start at like 13 years old?
Yeah, well, he was
too?
fucking people up.
And he would fuck you up.
He was fucking
back
people up
then.
in the streets.
Yeah.
And then they put him in, they started training him, and they were like, oh, okay.
Monster.
Yeah, monster.
One of my friends, when I was 19 years old, just decided to get circumcised. This kid, he just decided to get circumcised. Polish kid, born in Poland. He was dating this girl, and she's like, she didn't want the foreskin, so he got fucking circed, and then she dumped him like 2 weeks later. But he came into school on crutches, right? He comes in on crutches, and I'm like, dude, did you hurt your ankle or something like that? He's like, nah, it's my back. I'm like, you shouldn't be on crutches then. He's like, nah, I should be. I'm like, what's going on? Like, tell me the truth. What's going on? I was like, don't make a big deal, but I got circumcised. She wanted me to get circumcised. I'm like, let me see your fucking dick right now. So he pulls out his dick, and I mean, dude, it looked like a ISIS beheading video. It was like I was like, holy smokes. But we fucking, like 2 days later, this idiot, he calls me. He's like, bro, I think I got an infection in my cock.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, well, you got like, why would you get circumcised? Like, we're 19. So anyway, we go to the hospital. I go to the hospital with him because he's like, his dick is just like, I mean, he had a little dick, and now it's like really like, it's like, he's like, I can't even pee. Like, my dick is inside my body. So we go, and we're waiting in the ER, and a guy comes in who had, from a boxing gym, the reason I'm bringing it up, comes in boxing gym. He had just he was boxing, sparring with someone, and allegedly the story, like we were hearing from the nurses, was he thought he was a little bit better at boxing than he was, and trained with someone who was professional, semi-professional, and they were kind of like digging in on each other, and the professional hit him with an uppercut and skimmed his nuts by accident and split his nutsack open, and his balls fell out of his sack from a box, because this fucking guy thought that he could fight a pro fighter in, you know, some fucking sparring gym.
Dude, I told the story. I told the story to Joe, who then who brought it up. If you ever look up Charlie Murphy on
so funny
on Rogan.
Okay.
So I find out Charlie's doing Rogan, and I go, you got to ask him about Johnny Gill and Oscar De La Hoya. He's like, what?
Yeah.
So what happened was, when I won that, I won a contest. That's how I met Joe. I won a contest. To a stand-up contest to host shows for him.
Right.
John Heffron and Charlie Murphy went on tour. The Maxim Bud Light Real Men of Comedy Tour was what it was called. And I'm on the tour, and Charlie Murphy asked me if I want to go to dinner with him, and I was like, yeah. This is like just after the height of Chappelle's show stuff, and we're at dinner, and Johnny goes, he looks up at the TV. We're at some like restaurant. He goes, do you think Oscar De La Hoya could whoop your ass? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, for real, right? And I was like, without a doubt, Oscar De La Hoya would fuck me up. He goes, he's like, that's what I think too. And I was like, what would give you any doubt about that? And he's like, Johnny Gill. And I was like, what's Johnny Gill say?
Yeah.
Johnny Gill, the R&B singer.
Sure, yeah.
He goes, Johnny Gill said that he could whoop Oscar De La Hoya's ass. And I was like, what? Why? And he's like, because he's pretty. I was like, dude, it would happen so fast. You wouldn't know
Dude,
Johnny
that it had
Gill?
started. It would be over.
Oscar De La Hoya would beat the shit out of me in the lingerie and heels he was wearing.
Yeah.
Remember when he he would fucking light me up.
Yes.
Dressed like that. It's impossible to beat a professional
Even
at
though
anything.
he's tiny. I mean, he's tiny.
Do you know,
but
the
still,
A
thing is,
female boxer,
powerful.
professional boxer would kill me.
Well, also, it's like with Oscar De La Hoya and anyone like that level, it's the speed that ends up killing you.
Right.
Like, you don't even know that 4 punches have hit you.
Sure.
It's bap, 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 like that, and you would be like either on the ground or just completely disoriented. It's so fast, so fast.
That's how I fight.
But I love that Johnny Gill was
fast.
like, I could kick his ass.
Yeah.
Johnny
He's pretty.
Gill.
Yeah.
No.
That's so random too.
I know, and I mean, it's such a ridiculous point that I was like, wait, Johnny Gill thinks he could beat up? He's like, yeah.
You know who I heard is I did this show. I hosted the show with Fat Joe, the rapper Fat Joe. He's the fucking greatest guy of all time.
Yeah.
But so, you know, I haven't seen him in a few years, but when we did the show, he told us a story like, you fucking R. Kelly is like the baddest motherfucker of all time. Like, will beat the shit out of anybody and then like sing, you know, his songs. Like,
What?
I never knew. He's like, dude, he was like, you know, because I said to him, I was like, you know, being like a tough rapper, I was like, who's a guy like you would never fuck with? He was like, you honestly want my real answer, bro? R. Kelly. I was like, R. Kelly?
What?
He was like, dude, he's a real motherfucker, as real as it gets. And then I was like, holy shitballs. So I would never think
I
that
remember
R.
when
Kelly.
that story first broke about him being a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the first story that broke 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, when
the
he's
same
teen. Yeah.
Chicago Sun-Times writer who wrote this expose, and he's still, like, the guy, he's in the documentaries now. He said that, he's like, R. Kelly is a filthy man.
Sure.
He doesn't shower.
No.
Like, and he will go, like, a week, and he'll be just a complete mess. You'll smell him like a fucking hallway down. You'll be like, what is that? And it'll be R. Kelly, just like in his funk.
He probably has like full-blown mental illness. That's just like he's a mentally sick guy.
Yeah.
You know, not that excuses anything. It's like you gotta just, you know.
You're saying that you excuse it and that you love.
You're
him
saying,
being
No, I'm
a
you're
child
saying what
because
Chris
he's
is
dirty.
saying.
Yeah,
Chris is saying that R. Kelly's actually a good guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That you should forgive him for
Yeah.
anything that you think he's done.
And with
bad.
and I've been watching the video when he urinated on that girl because I have the prostatitis and I'm trying to get motivation to pee because I can't pee right now because my prostate's too swollen. So that's
There
the
you
only
go.
thing I could do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
ahead.
before we go here, I want to just replug everything. History Hyenas with you and Giannis Papas.
Yes.
You have a Patreon.
Patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys.
And on the, what is it, 16th? That you're
October 23rd.
Sorry, October 23rd.
At chrisdcomedy.com, live stream show anywhere in the country. You can buy tickets right now anywhere in the world. And then October 8th to the 11th, I'm on tour with Andrew Santino. the Steamy Windows tour.
That's right. You guys are doing drive-ins.
Nice.
Drive-ins, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, which I believe is sold out, and then Butler, Pennsylvania, Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Delaware.
Nice.
Awesome. We
Come
love
check
Andrew.
This was absolutely fantastic. Thank you for coming
so
in.
much,
Appreciate you guys.
Chrissy.
This was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Our closing song, Cool Girls Club, and this is rare. It's by Versace Kalachi, a female
A lady.
artist.
Oh.
Versace Kalachi,
Awesome.
Cool Girls Club, and she also has a cameo by the Desperate One, my blue-haired summer girlfriend from episode 1 of the live show.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. All right.
Very nice. Thank you.
Here we go.
Versace Kalachi speaking. Who the fuck is this?
It's me, purple hair girl from the chair. I was the one myself on cam that time, remember?
Oh, hell yeah, man. What up, sis? I remember you. You were flicking your bean on the couch. Yeah. I remember you. What's up?
I don't have time to talk. Listen, where are you at?
I'm just home here now. Hold up, though. Where are you calling from?
I'm stuck way down in the mountains. I need you to come get me.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm looking at, say 8 o'clock, 8:15.
Fuck, you're doing good. Thank you so much. You're literally saving my life.
Bam, say no more. I am on the way, bitch.
Awesome. Hiss on me, beat me. You're the coolest for this.
No, you are. You are the coolest.
Cool girls for life.
We about it here.
Woo!
This is Captain Marcel.
Down into the mountain, we're rolling. Anderson Cooper took my sister, now we gotta expose him. If you're a Hufflepuff,
Do not piss me off.
just keep on scrolling. I ain't impressed by crown molding. Show me that dick that you holding. Tip-to-toe. I'm a fucking walking mermaid, bitch. I dip my nuggets in the doo-doo. Guess what? I'm loving it. I drink moose soup.
100ly specifically delicious. Story time.
How you say?
I'm not a racist.
Certified ranking member of the Cuckoo Girls Club. I shout out Mistress Kawaii when I'm sniffing parts out of butts. Tattoo my brown eyes, scream some big words, and I married my son. Spitting them tongues and shit, cause I'm a fucking blasting blood. Hudson, Ahuna, Nop, and the book of do blood, that's what we do.
You do not do you.
And yes, my eyes are tattooed. Funny story.
My ex Perry is in jail.
TikTok, what he do? Do you ever worry that you're all word and no one's telling you? I'm a reckless eyeballing hoe.
Just I was made up.
Selling a necklace made of moose turds out the back of my trunk. Alright, assholes, listen up. You'll never make Potter come. If you ain't licking the scrum, honey, you ain't tricking no one. Clown check. Abracadabra, boom, shock a day. Wanna see a Spartan kick or taste a bit of the poutine I made? You wanna fuck with my huh? Twin goddesses activate.
I identify as a threat, a nightmare.
And my pronoun is your grace.
I would
recommend a freezing season. Even though my health ain't improving, but I bet you blowing loose hoes ain't hardcore enough to do it. Nature's free multivitamin, why the fuck would I not use it? Keep busting clips in my sips, I'm literally bonding fluid. I know you love me, I know you want me. He wants to lick, get up on this ass. Put it in your mouth and lick it like glass. I know you love me. I know you want me. He wants to lick, get up on his ass. Put it in your mouth and lick it like glass. Who the fuck you been letting sample your
energetic template?
A spirit working starseed channeler, hybrid astral kid. Hurry up before I take your bike. You better not touch me, bitch.
Motherfuckers, you need to restock the hot cocoa when you're done with it.
So I'm a captain, take a hammock, shit, pop the vasectomy stitch. Now I'm straight poly-bi with vocal fry and size G-tip.
I keep smelling my vagina in hopes that it'll smell better, it just doesn't.
Show the haters how you glass and put your perfect smile lit. I'm ride or die, show me the body, mommy, we'll chop it up together. Dip that shit in acid, watch it decay in the road with weather. Why did it gin up the evidence? We feather, we're clever. Bye-bye barista, bitch. Cool girls keep secrets forever.
FYI, he's Cherokee. I'm not native at all.
So I have a funny question. You got any cum in those balls?
How come you don't fuck your friends?
Well, listen to Gloria, Estefan, Bianca, Manzardania.
I'm the Polani of Guam.
I know you love me. I know you want me. He wants to lick, get up on this ass. Put it in your mouth and lick it like glass. I know you love me. I know you want me. He wants to lick, get up on his ass. Put it in your mouth and lick it like glass.
Please follow me, please.
Dirty bitch, get your pants
messenger.
Feel like I'm going to die.
What gets rid of hard barn?
Fuck what you heard.
I'm about to have that orgasmic birth. Grapefruit your man or throatzilla might go get in there first.
Fuck my stoma.
Don't bring no chomos or chomas, though I'm blowing Cincinnati parts at every goddamn place that I go.
I'm not a hoe or a player. Just
You
saying.
better follow that pro. I'm gonna make you wanna shadow box my pussy. 2 big day songs by Toto. We better get smoking and drinking and rocking Adidas and peeping on that
Ultra humongous penis.
quarantine and we're latchkey and we beef queefing and queen being. And I'm seeing them jeans seeming like they be low and loose, leaning LC's and DC's creaming cause I hydrate like a piss D. All of you out there doing their thing and stuff like that.
Did I stutter?
If you're a bully, thief, a criminal, look out for a cutter. We curing headaches with mustard. Purple haired girl got you covered. This is the Cool Girls Club within the house of your mother.
I was over at Mama's last night just to visit her, and Cheryl jumped over the kitchen counter at me, flying like Usain Bolt in a fighting suit. I don't know why the bitches always be jealous of me. So she run to the phone like the bitch made cunt always does, and I said, you better call ever law in Sequoia County this time, bitch, because you're going to need help prising my fingers from around your fucking dick-sucking throat. So I ended up arrested in jail, but I'm out this morning, Cheryl, and I can still say, that's right, you did swell a shut bitch. And I'm coming over here today, and I'm going to do the two-step and the cowboy boogie till there's a mud hole in your fucking ass.
Hi, Mommy. Thanks, Jeans. Thank you for watching this episode of Your Mom's House. And if you had a great time, watch more videos here, here, here. And don't forget to subscribe here, here, here so that you will know when a Your Mom's House video comes out immediately. Thanks, Jeans.